all of these amazing teams. What's up, my man?
What up, brother? How's it going? How's it going?
The dual collaboration taking over the globe.
Hey, it went good too because it went live on everything. Perfect. Love it. Kind of waiting on the teams to get together right now, Wheezy. But hey man, I gotta say you had a great intro. I loved it. I was vibing over here. You know, I was just like,
yeah, man,
head bobbing.
Yeah, guys, we're both live together. This is actually a really cool thing to do. I think there's a way where we could tag each other in YouTube. You know, if I play around with it, I don't know if there is, but
yeah.
Let me try it.
Yeah, I think you could like co-stream it, but I think it would cause problems with the way that we're doing this here. So
oh, okay.
It's all good.
Okay. I added you on Facebook. I did it on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh, you added me to like the link. If you go to your like the title, and you can do an @ symbol and then like whatever your username is on.
Oh, okay. I'll just do that. Cool.
And then it'll literally, like, if someone pulls up the video or watches, like, they can just click on your name in the title and it goes straight to your...
All right, I just did that. I just added your name in there, too. Perfect.
Yeah, I just got you. Easy.
What's up,
Easy
Mobile
money.
Wolf? Occident, how you doing?
What's the schedule? We got a good schedule coming along here, right? We're gonna do Group B a little bit, which is... I posted the schedule in the description, but first game's going to be ACE versus Bloodhounds, BTK versus OSP, BTK versus ACE. And then, I mean, we could kind of, if you want, I was just going to stay in Group B the whole time, but if you guys want, we could either swap over to the Empire game versus Black Odyssey, or we can just stay and watch Bloodhounds versus OSP. Whatever you'd like to do, Easy, on that.
I'm with you guys. We're all on this ship together, so we can only row in one direction, though. So
yeah, we can. It's true. We are on a ship together. That's for sure. So, I mean, we can see when we get there, see how long, see how fast everything's going. But it's easier. We can just stay in Group B the whole time, and until we get to the end where we can do BO versus TOB.
The tricky thing is, guys, with these groups, like since there's Group A and Group B. If we try and go to another group and then that match finishes longer than anticipated, we won't be able to swing back to the other one because they're not going to wait for us. So that would be a little bit tricky, a little risky. So it just depends on if you're willing to sacrifice missing, you know, some of the top team matches for some other ones. But I think Group B, like G stated, they have more of the stacked. I wouldn't say all of it's great competition, but you know, some of the bigger name teams are over there, and we really want to see kind of where they're sitting prior to the NACT fall season. Because I mean, this is, you know, I'm glad to have G on here as well, working together with this. This is a great sneak peek of what the fall season has in store, man.
It's true. It's true. I mean, I know that a lot of people were asking me earlier, but the Valley was in this, and they're not in there now. I believe they probably disbanded it. I don't know if they'll come back, but Indibles took their place in this tournament. But yeah, like you were saying, Wheezy, this is a great foundation to build off of, to see what the NACT is gonna run up to be. You know, like this is gonna be insane because like I've seen Bloodhounds, like I've hosted lots of scrims for them, and you've seen the actual tournament side of things with the MLSA. So, I mean, you got a little bit more of an in-depth idea about how these teams are acting. But is this the first time you've seen these teams perform after the emblem change?
No, we had the emblem change in the Cyberpunk tournament, but this will be the first time that I actually get to see like so BTK is in here. This will be the first BTK I get to see with Zane playing as the jungle. Like when they played in the Cyberpunk tournament. Cardi replaced Zane in the jungle, and they lost in the qualifiers. They didn't make it past the qualifier stage. But this is more of a realistic what we're gonna see. Maybe for BTK. I mean, I don't know. Zane is still probably plugging some stuff around. I mean, BTK squad is stacked. Like I think they got like what 9 out of 9 players in their squad right now. But you know, it's, I wonder who's gonna take that number that top 5 spot. For the NACT, but even with the team that they have, you could literally probably split it down the middle and still have 2 top teams in North America. So that's one of the interesting things. Now, the Valley disbanding, that was led by Basic, right? So with
Mm-hmm.
that one disbanding, what players does that free up? So Basic is now probably a free agent, possibly going to be slotted somewhere else. Who else was on the actual Valley revamp? Do you know? I didn't really get to watch them play.
I didn't see their lineup neither.
Okay.
So I seen a lot of clippers, you know, capture
I seen
what
some.
happened.
I seen some.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had like your Reshi on it,
Yep.
and best player was
I think Shark maybe. I don't know. I think Shark might be up in the air too. I don't know if he's on any of the major teams right now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean it's all subject to change. I mean, me and you both know people will literally switch their rosters the night before. I mean, dude, the last NACT, Zane was the last. BTK was the last team to register. You remember that?
Milo's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
He said it was Yureshi, Shark, Basic, Fallen, and Cold World.
Ah, okay. See, that makes sense then. I'm giving a sweep for Bloodhounds. Oh, and Bloodhounds has been doing good. Yo, they came in second place for our Cyberpunk tournament, bro. They did really
That's
good.
crazy.
Yeah, second place.
That's
They lost.
crazy.
They lost to Ignis Esports. But
But I mean that's essentially New Wave with Ackerman like slammed in there. I mean, to lose against that is kind of, you know, that's hard. I think this actually might be the second time they've lost the New Wave.
I will say though, I mean, we've been around for a decent amount of time. We've seen Bloodhounds from being an amateur team to stepping into the pro scene and to competing in multiple NACTs, multiple local tournaments. This is the strongest roster that they've ever had. Like, when you guys see Bloodhounds perform, they are really good. But Team Ace, so Team Ace, the team that took out BTK with Cardi in the jungle was Team Ace. They knocked out BTK in the qualifiers. So for the Cyberpunk, so that means, yeah, they did. They're a really good team as well. Against Bloodhounds, I think this is gonna be the first time I've seen these two teams go head to head. But I will say that I don't know which way it's gonna go because Team Ace, they didn't make it all the way to the top two. I forgot who knocked them out of the Cyberpunk tournament, but Bloodhounds made it all the way to the grand final. So I can't root them out honestly. Like they earned that respect and
They're strong.
Yeah, they're really strong now, really strong. Well, I'll say one thing.
Chat's saying Yureshi's in Bloodhounds now.
Yureshi's really? He wasn't for the Cyberpunk, but he may be. I mean, Yureshi's a strong pickup no matter where he goes.
He is, yeah.
Like official roster Bloodhounds or just for this tournament?
I don't know.
Just for the tournament. Live update.
Ah, nice.
Okay, well there you go, guys. Yureshi is playing on the Bloodhounds now. That's definitely gonna be a strong player. I mean, he also has a high IQ. I know when we were in NACT fall, even in person, like he wasn't there, but you could every time Outplay needed help with the draft, they were going to that back room and calling Yureshi, and he was writing everything or having them write everything down. Man, he's definitely going to help when it comes to drafting. But I mean, that's just a strong attachment to Bloodhounds. But I don't want it to wrap around Yureshi because they're good even without him. They're good even without him, and that just shows you how much they've grown as a team. Now for Team Ace, I mean, Wolf's in the comments. I've seen him sneak up on us. Wolf is a pretty good. He's a really good player too. Their whole team is pretty stacked. They don't have. I'm not too familiar with their players outside of the Cyberpunk. I think that may be my first time actually getting to see them play on a professional scene. But they made it to at least, I want to say, they made it to top 4 of the Cyberpunk. Top 4 out of 32 teams who competed. And there's a lot of heavy hitters over there. So that's one of the things I'm most excited about with this tournament is being able to see. It's an invitational, so you get hand selected based on your talent. So.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be crazy. I mean, like you said, like I can't wait to see how Bloodhound performs. Mainly, the biggest thing that I want to see is like so many things have changed in this meta. You know, like how wild are people gonna get? And I feel like it's one of the emblem change could change up who's like ranking number 1. But yeah. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, this is just the qualifiers. It's the build up to what we're going to be seeing in some of the regular season here. The next NACT is even bigger. Not sure if you guys have checked it out, but I've read the rule book and holy, this is going to be crazy.
Yeah,
we'll see how things go.
I didn't read the rule book yet, but I did. I was on Wikipedia. I just like to browse it from time to time, and I seen the fall season was posted on there. Man, I seen it was gonna be in Las Vegas again. I mean, I did put out that it's subject to change. I don't know, but
you said no. It's not.
It's not. Where's it
No,
going?
It says it on the star.gg.
Oh, does it?
And it says it in the rule book too.
Oh, okay. See, that's a good thing. Then I put a disclaimer.
Location.
I put a disclaimer on my video because I said everything's subject to change. This is only based on what was posted on Wikipedia. They just got to update Wikipedia then.
Let me see if it's still on there before. But I'm pretty sure it should be public now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so I haven't looked at start.gg or anything. I just looked at Wikipedia and I was reading everything and I was like, I mean, I read the format.
The location, Los Angeles, California.
Oh, what? Dude, it said Vegas on Wikipedia. Which way? Where are we going?
Yeah, even in the rule book it says that it'd be in Los Angeles, California. It doesn't state where or what type of stadium, but it does specify as well that there's going to be 4 teams there in Los Angeles.
Please let it be in LA.
It is in LA.
This is gonna be this is news to me. I guess we're gonna have a different change in scenery this time. G.
It looks like that the NACT finals are gonna consist of 2 days now instead of 1.
Ooh, see, that's new too. I didn't know that.
It'll be, I think it's Saturday and a Sunday is what it says on. It even has the dates and everything already in the rule book.
Yeah, see, I just read on Wikipedia. Like, I read the format. The format's different. It's like a 3 different phases. Now after the qualifiers, which I thought was interesting. 2 double eliminations, which is now in there as well. So I was like, oh, that's way different than we only had like 1 round robin, but like now it's like a 2 kind of double round robin formats, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't see it. It didn't have anything about like it had the dates, but it didn't have. I guess it had the wrong location. Maybe they. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy because normally it was only like we would only be there for best of 7, right?
Yeah.
Now there's gonna be a best out of 3. There's gonna be 4 best out of 3. No, 5 best out of 3s, and then a best out of 7.
So really?
We're gonna have a lot of games on the offline finals. Like,
wait,
a lot.
How would they pull that off? You said 5 best of 3, so they're gonna have more than 2 teams out there?
No. So that was just like they have a lower bracket. They have a lower bracket in the finals, like offline, which is crazy.
Okay, so
it's 4 teams.
Oh,
but yeah,
4
there's
teams.
gonna be 4 teams. So it's first match is gonna be first place in regular season versus 4th place. Second match would be second in regular season versus 3rd, and then third match would be loser of match 1 versus match 2. Loser of match 2. 4th match would be winner of match 1 versus winner of match 2, and that one's actually a best out of 5.
Can you send me this that link, G, on Discord?
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate it.
Start then, guys.
What's up?
Everybody's in. Let's go.
Oh yeah, we're ready whenever y'all are. All right, let's get it. Now, guys, I don't know if the overlays is gonna fit, so don't judge me.
Let's get it.
But we're gonna find out today. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch the scene now. Now, if the overlays don't, or actually, I'm gonna have to move this forward. But if the overlays don't fit, no worries. We'll just do it without the overlays. But yeah, we got G in here. Myself will be watching these 2 amazing teams. On the blue side, we've got the Bloodhounds, a very strong roster. Looks like they picked up Ureshi as well, as we stated earlier. And they're going to be going up against Team ACE, the team that placed top 4 in the Cyberpunk tournament recently for the Mobile Legends Scrim Academy.
Among the planes
Exactly.
exists the equilibrium.
Does this sound?
I'm surprised that they're actually banding out Yves to go with, because do you think Boca is like Bloodhound's like secret ace? Like you feel like he's the one that's kind of carrying the team in the mid lane?
I say he has a heavy hand in it. Yes, like I mean, he's recently been picking up the Navaria, I wonder if they're gonna let that walk and go into his hands. That's what he kind of hopes on. When the Navaria doesn't go to his side, it's not as successful. I might have to mute this blue stacks. I don't know why I might have to redo it after this match. Did it sound weird to you, G? Did you hear it?
No, I haven't heard anything that's like weird sounding.
Okay, maybe it's just me.
Is it sounding weird to you?
I guess we'll ask the audience. If the game sounds weird, let us know. We'll just mute it for now. Game 2, we'll turn the sound back on. But yeah, it does sound weird for me. But anyway, as you were saying with Boca Roscoe, yeah, I would say he is he's a heavy factor. That mid lane presence definitely helps him out when it comes to these neutral objectives. But he's gonna have to be able to get that Navaria to be able to pull that off. I mean, he's been using that Astral Recall Sniper to be able to kind of steal a lot of those neutral objectives, and just the key piece to kind of seal the deal for the side of Bloodhounds. But even without him, they still are able to operate at a higher level. But the thing about Team Ace is I don't really think they have one player that they rotate around. I feel like it's just more like even across the board. But I do think Bloodhounds will be a good competition against them. It's definitely going to boil down to execution in game. But we do know both of these teams, like I said, one was top 4 in Cyberpunk and the other one was top 2. They didn't get to go against each other, though. So this is definitely going to be the deciding factor on who is a little bit stronger.
That's a good thing to point out. And another thing that I kind of like, and building off kind of what you were saying there, is that them wanting to pick up the Navaria is going to be quite interesting, right? Because you can see that they're building up for it, and I like when teams take this approach, right? Because now Bloodhounds is trying to set, at least they're trying to technically, I can't even say it right. Technically pull in a really good skill of sorts, so that they can set something up, and maybe they go through with it, you know. Ace pulling the Kadita, and I just don't know. I mean, a lot of mage bans. If Boca, it's kind of risky.
Ooh, speaking of risky, they're gonna go ahead and take out that Ling. Now, Fanny's still on the table. Kaj is still available for suppression. I mean, with this new season, the new emblem updates, we've been seeing a lot more of 1-3-1 composition, so that's definitely something either side can pull off. I know back in the day when it was the fall season, I say back in the day as it was so long ago, right? Or no, the summer season or spring season. Too many seasons. We seen more of a normal composition, not a 1-3-1. But after this, we're seeing a lot more fighters slotted into that gold lane, which creates more flexibility inside of the draft. Now, you did mention Navaria is still walking. I do think if it's not banned out right now for the side of Team Ace, they're going to let Boca Roscoe pick that up. But is that the right answer?
You know, and I feel like there's just strong mages, like, you know, maybe even trying to tempt the Yve would have been a better go, but they do ban. So kind of what I'm thinking here is, of course, the Navaria being picked up, but with the Axborg ban, does that mean they want to pick up an Alpha here? Because Alpha is a really good counter to, or no, Axborg's a really good counter to Alpha. So maybe you will see an Alpha pickup.
Yeah, it could definitely be an Alpha. I mean, they could slot in a fighter here to be safe, kind of not want to show their cards too early. I do know if they do go in for suppression, Kaz is on the table. I mean, there's still a Franco, though, so I don't see an Assassin being pulled out this early. A Lancelot can be a viable option as well. We've seen him, you know, with the new emblem changes. Not tanks a lot no more. It's more of the damage. Lancelot back in effect with the killing spree instead of that jungler emblem and the tanky build. I'm probably saying to use Zong or something like that. But no, there goes the Kaja. They are going to go in for the suppression. Now, what do they lock in? They're going to go ahead and lock in the Faramis. Now, that's 2 support heroes picked up so far for the side of Ace.
Yeah, that's a lot of support. I mean, we'll see what it pairs up with. I mean, Akaja, I wonder what they're trying to attempt there with a Faramis and Akaja combo. I mean, maybe they're not trying to throw all of their cards on the table. It's kind of like a pun.
Yeah, I mean, one thing they do have is the co-alter, so they have sustainability from that Faramis when things get a little tricky. Yeah. And then they also have the suppression, which means I think they're going to lock in an Assassin. I'm willing to bet they go in for a Lancelot, a Fanny, even a Hayabusa may be a possible option to get to that backline and give Navaria a harder time. But easy peasy. He's going to go ahead and secure this Bane for his team. Bane, who we've seen kind of have more of a stronger presence inside of the jungle. He's been able to farm pretty quickly compared to other junglers. And not to mention, he has the Deadliest Catch to be able to push teams away who try and invade. So, looking so far, so good.
to ruination.
I'm liking this the Beatrix pickup here, you know, but and then the Yuzong combo. So I do like what Team Ace is doing. They have the backline security. They're able to dive deep, and they're able to make plays with the Kaja Yuzong combo. I really want to see how Bloodhound responds to that. Maybe picking up a Kufra, or maybe even we need to see what their marksman's going to be. Franco ban's good because I actually thought why not fight a suppression with a suppression and pick up a Franco, but Bloodhounds didn't pull that through easy.
Yeah, they didn't pull that through. Now, something that's interesting, I don't think Bloodhounds is at that level to probably do this yet. Maybe they are. But Blacklist, they were one of the few teams. They slotted Navaria in the roam position. Now, if they slotted Navaria in the roam position, they could still pick up a Valentina to take that suppression away from, you know, Team Ace over there and have that Kaj's ultimate Divine Judgment. Because right now, if you're looking at Team Ace, they're about to pull an Assassin out, and you don't see any answers for Bloodhounds to be able to stop it.
No, true. I really want to see what they pull through. You know, I can kind of tell what Bloodhounds is doing in this scenario, but you know, Ace is just they're holding that ace there, Wheezy. They don't wanna give it up. They're not putting all their cards on the line just yet. But I mean, I gotta say that Bia, like, they have a lot of front line right now from Bloodhounds. Maybe they're gonna respond with banning more assassins. As we can see, Lancelot banned, Ling banned, and then the Granger banned. So I mean, they're really targeting. I'm guessing Bobo Wolf is their jungler.
It may be, yeah. Believe it is gonna be Wolf is gonna be the jungle for them. Kool-Aid is gonna be their marksman. King Kong is their XP. So this is pretty much their roster right now with what you're seeing, with who they have solidified on these positions. Now, yeah, like you said, they did target some of these junglers. Now, Fanny's still a viable option. I don't know if they're going to take it off or if they're willing to just go up against it. They don't have anything to really stop it in its tracks. So, yes, they took out the Lancelot. They took out the Ling. The Hayabusa is still on the table. And these are junglers that we're starting to see kind of wreak havoc. Another thing that we've been seeing, I don't know if it'll be pulled out here, but Yi Sun Shin has came back into the mix.
Really?
Yeah, he's back.
YSS, huh?
He's back.
And I mean, that again, that puts it on the table that that it's really hard to kind of ban out a sole person as long as they have I forgot the new marksman was out.
Yeah, I didn't know if they were gonna allow them to play it though. That was one of my questions. You typically see like a 2-week ban, but it's banned. Okay.
It's banned. Okay. All right. I was like, hold up. Now I'm like, I don't even know what to expect at this point. You know. No, we'll see. They pulled up the safe route going with Leslie, and this is kind of what I was, you know, building up upon. Like, now we need to see this is something that I like. Bloodhounds need some type of backline dive. They need something to get into the backline to be able to take out this Leslie now, which is going to be a little slippery to Bloodhounds. So I want to see how they respond. Again, this is a best out of 1, so they really have to make solid decisions in this ban and pick phase.
Yeah, and right now you're seeing the draft be finalized for the side of Bloodhounds. They're going to pick up that Grok, right? So they got the Grok for the roam position. It is going to be Lapu Lapu in the XP. He is going to be going up against Yuzong. Yuzong may be able to get him if he's not careful, but both of them, I want to say, have a pretty equal chance. Now, they both have dive capability, but speaking of diving, you know, Bokarosco running this Navaria, I think that's what the game changer is going to be. Miles is going to have to find a way to get to the back line, use that Divine Judgment, grab Bokarosco, and get a potential setup for the team. And then Beatrix, right? We've seen the marksman. It's going to be Beatrix going up against a Leslie. Now, Kool-Aid has a single burst potential. Beatrix has a little bit more utility at her disposal, able to swap through various multiple weapon types. But Leslie's going to scale through time, and so is Beatrix. It's just going to be dependent on how can they rotate to that gold side and get those ganks.
Now, I'm not too familiar with a Harris jungle. It's gonna be awesome to see it played, to be honest. I mean, throughout my whole years, I never would have suspected a Harith or a Bane. Bane's kind of been coming up, and them last picking that is kind of, is that gonna make it or break it here for Bloodhound, Wheezy? But we got 5 seconds before they start.
Yeah, 5 seconds before they start. Bloodhounds are going up against Team Ace, 2 teams that have been prepping this entire year to get ready for the NACT fall season. And right now, inside of Naba Invitational, all of these teams have been selected for their talent. And we're going to see who's top of the line when it comes to that, right? We're looking at Team ACE. The last tournament we've seen them compete in was the Mobile Legends Scrim Academy. They placed in that number 4 position. Bloodhounds, on the other end, made it all the way to the grand finals and then was taken down. So we are now jumping into the match. Blue side, we are going to be looking at Bloodhounds going up against Team ACE in a best of 1.
Yes, a best of 1. Now, kind of setting up the stage here, what we're going to have to be on the lookout for is that, you know, King Kong, the Yuzong here, is definitely going to have to be showing out. Like, we're the backline presence, being able to take out the Navaria and being able to focus on the Beatrix, close them down. And now, I mean, alongside of that, the Kaja is going to be able to get vision and control and make plays around the map as well. So they have 2 great solidifications here for Team ACE. Now from Bloodhounds, we do want to see, I mean, they have the Bane. So this is, and not only do they have the Bane, they have a Grok. So team fight is what we're going to be wanting from Bloodhounds. And we just need to see them execute them with a lot of control, to be honest. Now, Templess here is going to be almost similar to King Kong. We're going to have to really see him get into the back line, give that heavy pressure, and see who can win. And as this goes down, everything is always done and forced by the economics of here, as we already see Mobile Wolf kind of engaging, trying to do something against Bloodhounds.
Yeah, you already see the Deadliest Catch go out. The Zaman Force as well from Mobile Wolf, trying to hit him with that fission. No member's going to fall on either side, and that's the interesting thing about this new emblem system, right? You're going to see a lot more early engagements. You're going to see a lot of these games possibly finish within under 15 minutes compared to the old system, when we've seen more on average of a 20 to 25-minute game, sometimes stretching all the way to the 30-minute mark, right? Looking at Templess going up against King Kong, 2v1 now on the way. King Kong needing to get out of there, is going to use the Dragon Tail for that Shaw Essence, provide some sustainability. Bolgarasco not going to connect with the Sniper, but both sides eager to draw first blood.
Definitely. And I mean, we have to, again, keep an eye on, we are going out the first turtle here. Both teams are given a stride. The Black Dragon's out already, Wheezy. They're showing a lot of pressures against Bloodhounds here.
Yeah, you are going to see Kool-Aid pick up first blood over on the top side off screen, but the Deadliest Catch, easy peasy, is going to go ahead and find Miles. That is going to be one member falling for both sides, a support. And you're also going to be able to see, no, actually, it was just one support falling, and the member that did fall on the other side was Beatrix. So the marksman was taken down, but Turtle is going to go into the hands of Mobile Wolf. That is going to be Team ACE securing that, and now trying to make their way back to the jungle. Not going to lose any members. First objective in their hands.
Yeah, and I like Team ACE's approach at this. They're being really aggressive. They know Bloodhounds have to really focus on team fights, and Team ACE is just saying, why wait for you to initiate? We're going to initiate it and catch you off guard. Now, kind of looking at some things, we did see a first blood go to Team ACE, but Sleeps was the one that did fall. So maybe we'll see some gold lane pressure here. You see all of Bloodhounds 4v4 as anything. The retry does come out,
and the Deadliest Catch as well. The stun, easy peasy, is gonna find Sky. Zaman Force going down. Cosmic Fission on the chase. Ring of Order, Divine Judgment for the suppression. Kool-Aid is gonna respond back by taking him down.
Yeah, oof. I mean, that was a rough go for Bloodhounds there. But we do have to point out that all lanes are doing pretty well. They're controlling. They're keeping the economic game at about a 400 gold difference. So Bloodhounds isn't too far behind just yet. Again, easy peasy on this Bane is kind of what's keeping things afloat, being that 2-1, but no one is scaling too high right now. But on Team ACE, Kool-Aid is scaling. So if they keep letting this Leslie do whatever they want, it's going to be a problem for Bloodhounds into the mid and late game, because Leslie is going to be punching like a rock and just taking out all and just peeling and just taking out targets whenever they please. So we're going to have to wait for that mid lane Templess to be able to get in there and, dive into the back line and, show some pressure to Bloodhounds here, Wheezy. What's your take? You think Bloodhounds can get this here? I mean, they've already lost one turtle, and it does look it's even, but.
Oh, I think we're going to find out right now. Easy Peasy is going to find Miles. Black Dragon circling around. Co-Alter activated by Sky for the sustainability. But King Kong doesn't have any members to help him fight this fight. Mobile Wolf trying to get there in time. Turtle at about 50% HP. Astral Recall goes out. Zombie Force drops down. Easy Peasy with the Retribution claims the turtle. That is Bloodhounds able to secure that. And it looks like they are going to be able to pull their punches without losing any members. Now, you asked me for my take. I mean, oh my goodness, yes. Look at that Astro Echo over there. Just going to go ahead and take across, hit pretty much everybody in that mid-river. But, I mean, Kool-Aid is scaling, right? He wanted that advantage in the early game. Able to pick up 2 kills under 5 minutes is definitely a great thing for him. He did pick up that Lethal Ignition for his emblem, so he's going to be able to do even more damage. Same thing for Bane, though. He did pick the same core emblem also, but there goes Sniper out. Not going to hit the mark. Ring of Order for the suppression. Divine Judgment connecting. Kool-Aid is going to take down Grok. I'm not going to be able to translate that name, so don't even ask me to. But you're going to go ahead and see Sleeps taken very low with the ultimate sniper from Kool-Aid is going to be forced to recall back to the base.
Yeah, I mean, both teams are really just duking it out at this point. You know, I'd like to say what my old friend that's kind of retired at this point says, A1C Tank, the rubber band match is definitely initiated here. Boca Roscoe trying to get some peel and vision, but we might see, I think they don't want to take this engage here, Wheezy. Again, kind of building off of the emblems. The Lethal Ignition is showing to be a key factor into Kool-Aid's build here. And, I mean, we are seeing that with Easy Peasy as well. Again, it is pretty early. It's only the 6-minute mark. We already have the Clock of Destiny picking up onto Boca. So we're going to see maybe into this 8-minute game. Sleeps does get here. Looks like Kool-Aid's going to take that out. Wheezy, man.
That was
Kool-Aid
quick.
is just farming.
That's quick. He has 4 kills now. He has 4 kills in 6 minutes. This is great for the gold laner, yes, of Team Ace. And not the same story for Sleeps. I mean, look, you can't even see him when we pan the camera over there. He's just hiding in the bush over there all by himself. 0, 2, and 0 just spawned back inside of the game. Turtle is up, though. Mobile Wolf wasting no time. He's going to go ahead and pull this aggro. I mean, they're leading in the economy by about 1,000 gold, but they're leading on the map as well. Able to claim that turret on the top side to give them the slightest advantage. But speaking of advantage, fight on the way. Turtle at about 50% HP does get reset. But Co-Alter has been activated by Sky. A lot of utility on the table being burnt out. A good time for Bloodhounds to punish. They don't have the Co-Alter to be able to save themselves. And now Bloodhounds has control over the turtle pit, but Templess in the mid lane. Divine Judgment does connect for the suppression. He is going to fall into the hands of Kool-Aid, picking up his 5th kill. Sleeps is going to take down King Kong to respond. Fight may be over now. Looks like both teams now making it back to their side of the jungle, but the neutral objective went to Bloodhounds.
Yeah, neutral objective secured by Bloodhounds. And I mean, that's one of their steps that they have to take here. The next is they really have to, like, I'm not seeing, you know, strategic plays by Bloodhounds just yet. And again, I think that it's going to really show off for Bloodhounds when they're able to get the whole teams together. So again, around this 8-minute mark, when the Lord battle starts, I think they're just kind of holding their ground because they know they have to wade into this, the lower part or the late part of the game. And again, I mean, they have to secure some baits. Both teams are looking about equal. The only difference is kills and towers, Wheezy.
Yeah, big knockup, though. Huge conceal called out from Team Ace. Easy Peasy is going to find Sky. Templates in the midst of all chaos finds a kill. Takes out Mobile with the Bravest Fighter Raging Slash. Boca Roscoe from a mile away is going to snipe King Kong. Man, you were looking at both these teams fighting it out. 7-5 on the board. Bloodhounds able to turn this back around in their favor, but it's still back and forth. Anybody's game.
Back and forth indeed. And again, what they really need to focus on now is tower secure. Try to eradicate these first tier towers and gain some ground. Because again, what I was building up on earlier is they really need these team fights, and Ace knew that. But now they have Team Ace to get back against the board here, as you know, Bloodhounds is showing a lot of pressure. Boca getting a lot of vision with the Navari. Ooh, we got a 1v1 up here. Nope, a 2v1 at the top.
And a little bit of battle on the bottom side as well. And that's the thing with this new emblem system, right? You're going to see a lot more fights a lot earlier in the game. I mean, I don't even know what to consider late game anymore. Late game used to be like that 16-minute mark in that little sweet spot, but now it's like as soon as you hit 10 minutes, that's when everything starts going crazy. Concealed play called out from Miles. Templars jumped out the bush. Does not want to get hit with the Divine Judgment. Easy peasy secures the retribution for the Lord. In favor for Bloodhounds with the Black Dragon from King Kong. Hovering over is going to drop down with the Furious Dive. Mobile Wolf going to find Templars.
Wow.
One member off for the side of Bloodhounds. Kool-Aid going to find Easy Peasy. Make that 2. And now the Ultimate Sniper as well. You're going to see Grok pretty much tanking all of those shots. Not allowing him to hit the back line.
Oh my God. Boca almost fell there. And again, I mean, this is crazy. This is a back and forth game. Bloodhound secures the Lord, but Team Ace doesn't want to give up. And I actually thought they were going to be at a disadvantage in that Lord fight, but it goes to show that they turned the tide there. That Cole Altar was definitely a key factor, you know, so they need to keep that up. Keep the Cole Altars coming out. You know, keep that second life going because it's going to be big. King Kong's a little slacking on some of the secures, but they did get a couple kills, mainly because Kool-Aid is fed. And now kind of looking at some items here. Harith is picking up that new magic item and the feathers and Holy, so he's about to be packing a punch. Leslie picking up a lot of crit and a little bit of secure on heavy damage, but Bloodhounds is going in.
Yeah, Bloodhounds going in, trying to claim this turret for the mid lane. They did lose theirs. Mobile Wolf is going to find Grok in the process. Not able to push into that turret, though. You're looking at the defense from Team Ace sitting strong. They're not trying to allow them to claim any more real estate on the map. I mean, they did take the mid turret from Bloodhounds, which means they do have a little bit more pressure in terms of invading their side of the jungle. Speaking of invasion, Easy Peasy almost caught himself in a bad place right there. Mobile Wolf trying to sneak out of that bush for that burst damage. But speaking of damage, Black Dragon activated by King Kong to get out of that 3-man gank. But now the counterplay may be on the way. Bloodhounds playing very safe, is going to push their way back to their side of the jungle. The Deadliest Catch going to hit all members. And the Astro Echo alongside it. But my goodness! Boca Roscoe on a Navaria. We talked about it. Look at that damage.
If I'm not mistaken, was that a snipe and a Navaria snipe? So they're pulling off some crazy stuff that we've seen in what was it, MSC?
Yeah, literally like MSC all over again.
Bloodhound's definitely learning here, Wheezy. But I mean, I gotta say again, both teams are definitely giving it their all. I think if Bloodhounds can maybe capture or secure on Kool-Aid, that we will see maybe Team Ace fall behind. You know, I gotta say that Bloodhounds has controlled a lot of the field. Not really, no one's really scaling to a high play, but they're all playing together. Like I said, they needed to do. They really need this mid tower here, and they're not able to take it. Again, Ace just has more fields to play.
And you are going to see Kool-Aid fall to Easy Peasy with the Deadliest Catch. They need to get a response back. They're trying to deal some damage. Zaman Force drops down. Mobile Wolf on the hunt, trying to take down Grok. King Kong is going to use the Black Dragon. Going to try and close the distance onto the back line. Not going to be able to catch Boca Roscoe. The mobility is too much for him to handle. Now King Kong needs to get out of there. Zaman Force dropping down again. Sleeps is going to find King Kong. Nimmer's Passion going out for the conal damage. Mobile Wolf is going to find Grok. Easy Peasy is going to find Sky. Sleeps is going to find Mobile Wolf for a double kill. Miles and Sky still alive. Easy Peasy, Boca Roscoe, and Sleeps and Templars on the other side, though. Bloodhounds now taking control of the Lord Pit.
Yeah, Lord Pit secured by Bloodhounds. And I mean, was Harith a gamble? You know, it's not panning out as good as this Bane pick. And they are kind of securing a lot. Easy Peasy's just gaining health. He can take so many shots from the Leslie and then just walk away. Another Lord secured for Bloodhounds. And that's kind of what we're seeing here. You know, and another thing I need to see from Team Ace is that the Kaja just hasn't been able to get a pick or an easy pull on someone. So again, both teams, I need to see some patience. Give us a setup. Play some technical gameplay here and get something out of it. But Wheezy, the Lord is barreling down. This is a tier 2, so I think it might be. It's not a Luminous Lord just yet.
Yeah, it is going to be bursted down with the swiftness. Bottom side, not able to crack into the inhibitor for either lane. They still need to take control of the mid turret as well. But it's still a good start for Bloodhounds, right? They've been kind of dominating within the last 5 minutes. Team Ace on the other side, though, they've been taking a lot of hits. They need to find a way to shift this momentum. Nuri's passion goes out. Sleeps is going to find Mobile Wolf. You're going to see Deadly's Catch go out. Kool-Aid is going to go ahead and get a kill on as well. Take down the Grok. But look at that snipe from Bocarasco. Just dealing so much damage between him and Sleeps. If you get caught between any of those snipers, you can pretty much consider yourself GG's at that moment. But speaking of snipers, Deadly's Catch is going to go out. Is going to go ahead and do some damage on the Kool-Aid. Down goes the inhibitor for the mid lane. Bocarasco trying to get that last-minute snipe before they can get back to the base for some regen. Cole Alter being activated by Sky. But the base has been cracked in. Bloodhounds leading the way 15 minutes in.
It is. I mean, it's only 15 minutes, you know. And again, if I just don't know what Team Ace can do. Kool-Aid is kind of carrying the charge. I do think that maybe it was a mistake having 2 supports because, again, I'm not seeing the synergy there by Team Ace to be able to make key plays. But, I mean, we're going to be going into the next Lord. It is about a 4K gold lead, and, I mean, you're kind of getting at that deficit that it's going to be a little hard to come back. They need it. Here's the play that I like to see. Conceal play, Wheezy.
Is on the way for King Kong. Eyes on the target, but Black Dragon is going to be able to get out of there just in time. And he baited out that conceal play, but he did have to use his ultimate to get out of that. So I think it's an even trade for both sides. Definitely worth the risk. Without that conceal play activated, they're going to be a little bit more passive before choosing their next engagement.
They might be a little bit passive, but I think with the Yuzong, the Black Dragon gone, that's a great secure by Bloodhounds. Now they don't have anything that can get into that back line and take care of the Navaria or the Beatrix here. So I think this Lord is anything but secured for Bloodhounds. So we'll see what Team Ace can do because they want to contest.
And the conceal play has been called in from Team Ace. Mobile Wolf is going to find Templess. Easy peasy is going to take the Lord, though. Immortality has been procced by Grok. You're going to see Sleep's going to kill Unstoppable. It's going to go ahead and find Mobile Wolf. They are going to have to push out, though. Bloodhounds able to claim yet another neutral objective, a Lord in their hands to possibly seize the turret and take this game.
Yeah, and I mean, they're down Mobile Wolf for 26 seconds. I think he might come in as soon as the Lord clashes into their base. Let's see what Team Ace can utilize here to defend. They have only the Yuzong's ult to possibly defend here. Kaja's ult just came online. Beatrix is able to utilize that flicker, gets out, does take the turret though. Lord kind of coming in. The lanes aren't synced perfectly just yet as a conceal play, Wheezy.
Yeah, conceal play does go in. Lord still intact, 50% HP. Black Dragon from King Kong. Alter activated by Sky, but the Astro Echo from Bocarasco a mile away is going to connect. King Kong is going to find Grok. He does fall for the Bloodhounds. Deadly's Catch goes out. Miles gets out of there. No! Templess with the Raging Slash is going to find the kill. Bocarasco takes down Kool-Aid. But can they close this game out? Only minions in the mid lane, which are very low. Minions now crashing on the top side. Sky is going to find easy peasy. Bocarasco is going to take down King Kong. Mobile Wolf still intact. Is going to do some serious damage. Look at how much he just chipped off of Templess's HP. I don't know if they can close this out, but they're still going to go for it. They do have Sleeps able to possibly clear these minions and do some damage on to the base crystal. But is this an overextension? Time will tell. Sky and Mobile Wolf doing everything they can to hold off minions in the mid and the bottom side. Alter being activated. Mobile Wolf going down. Sky finding a kill. Takes down Templess. Sleeps is going to fall. What? Mobile Wolf able to defend Bloodhounds from closing out this game.
Yo, that was such a great play. I love the Cole Alter and the Mobile Wolf combo. That was crazy. That allowed the Hereth to stay alive, to sustain, to put out a lot of the pressure. Now, I mean, of course, I don't think they're going to be able to end the game with that. I think it's going to definitely go to another Lord fight for some key decisions. Kind of looking at some of the items here. Leslie does have the Blade of Hep, so I mean, we're looking at that she's probably doing a lot of damage. But again, I think it's so late that it's kind of, they have so many defensive items built by Bloodhounds, I just don't know what they'll be able to do. But I do like Team Ace's movement here. They're taking control of all the lanes. They did get a couple towers. I do think that is closing the gold gap now. It's not 4K anymore. Now this comes down to team comp, team engages, and plays made. So I want to see what can be done. Bloodhounds kind of looking like they're a little bit on the passive. They need to set something up because now the Lord is up. Team Ace is a little spread thin at the Lord fight, but I think they might just be using it to bait as we see the Yuzong pushing out on the side turret. Ooh, Leslie was poked and peeled by Boca here, and the Lord is just the wait and bait is happening right now, Weezy.
So play does go out as well from Grok. Not really going to be able to find anybody, but Black Dragon, it's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's King Kong swinging around in the jungle for the Lord Pit. The knockdown with the Fierce Dive, the Divine Judgment for the suppression. Sky is going to find the kill, takes down Sleeps. Ring Order going out. Templars forced to retreat. Kool-Aid is going to find Easy Peasy.
No.
But wait a minute, the stun may be able to save Templars to be able to get back to the base for some regen. Astro Echo for the additional slow as well. But mission accomplished for Team Ace. They have forced Bloodhounds out of the Lord Pit to take this objective.
They did. Team Ace saw, seen, and conquered that Lord Pit. I gotta say, that was a great call by them. That makes it so Bloodhounds doesn't have a chance to be able to compete against that Lord, and this might be a comeback now. Now, Team Ace can utilize this Lord to break into BH's base here, but I want to see how BH can respond to this, as everybody is going to be coming up and the lanes aren't too synced just yet. And I think that's what Team Ace wants. They want the minions to keep piling up. They know that they have the engage capabilities here, but again, they are on the offensive now. And let's see if BH can utilize their towers to their fullest to defend. As we can see, they're kind of just building up there. And we'll see what they can do here, Weezy.
Yeah, speaking of seeing things, you're going to look at the Lord on the top side, slowly making his way into the base for the Bloodhounds. Going to crash into that inhibitor, but Sleep's trying to deny it at all costs. I mean, he's doing some serious damage. I mean, look at that. You can definitely tell he has the damage potential to pretty much take down anybody in front of his weapons. But speaking of weapons, Mobile Wolf is going to rush in with the Zombie Force. They are going to crack open the inhibitor for the mid lane. Base has been opened up. Ult being activated from Sky. The stun from Templars. Gonna rush in. King Kong is gonna find Sleeps though. Finds a marksman for Bloodhounds. This may be what they needed to close out this game. Zama Force still in effect. Sky is gonna find Bokarasco. Takes him down with the mega kill. And now Kool-Aid is gonna find Grok as well. Templars all by himself. And they have done it. The comeback in full effect as Team Ace is gonna take down Bloodhounds.
Wow. Yo, that was a good match, Weezy. That was a good match. Again, Kool-Aid kind of just showed out there. They had some answers and responded, but I got it. To be honest, I have to give this MVP to Mobile Wolf at this point by Team Ace. Him and Sky, just being able to defend that base was literally the only thing that allowed them to make this type of comeback. And then a King Kong finally hit a Black Dragon. That was good for Team Ace, and then it secured the pushback to Bloodhounds and pushed them all the way back into their base, made them defend, and then Team Ace came in to conquer here. Holy.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree with you anymore, man. That was definitely an intensive match. I mean, it was not one-sided. I guess we can agree upon that. That was a comeback, man. Not the easiest thing to pull off, but just a couple of mistakes from Bloodhounds when they did have the advantage. They needed to close it out then and there, but they didn't. And that was the thing. Like, when you take that aggressive tempo and you rush into their base, you have to close it out, because if not, they're going to spawn back in and they're going to turn the game back around, and then they're able to force them out of the Lords. And, yeah, overall, great matchup. And that's interesting. This is the first time I think both of us has ever seen these two teams go head-to-head. I mean, they're still one of the best teams in North America. I can't wait to see them in the NACT fall season. But I think with the Naba Invitational, anybody that gets knocked out, they're done, right? Are they out? or do they still move forward?
I think they got a couple.
Got a
I think
couple.
they have a couple
So,
games.
the top two from each group are gonna start off in the upper bracket, and the bottom two will start off in the lower bracket.
Okay, okay. I was wondering how that would work. All right, guys. I know the sound was going a little. Well, I muted it so you guys couldn't hear it because it was a little crazy on my side. Trust me, you didn't want to hear that. But I'm gonna fix it real quick since we got a little bit of time. You're gonna now join me and G on the Wheezy Ico experience. So let me go ahead and get this BlueStacks off the screen. Let's go ahead and stretch me and G. Or I'll stretch G because I have my camera feed over there. I'll go ahead and bring G over here. You know, this is just a little bit of a relaxed time. You know, dang, your guns are too big. I might have to minimize your screen a little bit, man.
I seen you made yourself a little bigger there. You know.
Wow.
No, the chat also said if you could take away the
I did.
mouse
I took
cursor.
it off. I took it off.
Okay.
I saw it. Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
perfect.
Sorry. Usually I have a different setup, but we had to like do this in literally like 10 minutes, so we made it work.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. It was not bad. I think that was the only thing that the chat was saying was the mouse cursor, then the sound, and
Yeah.
but hey,
I seen somebody complain about the cameraman too. I don't know where that cameraman's at, but we're gonna find him. Okay, we'll find that cameraman. I don't know where he's hiding at, but we'll get him.
we'll get him. Sheesh.
Oh,
that's Wheezy the cameraman, I think.
whoa, no, that's G's the cameraman. Don't let him lie to you. Oh, man. It's Joy Bosch. Joy Bosch is the cameraman.
Fun fact: I'm actually not
seen
the
him in the
cameraman
chats.
this NACT.
Oh, you're not? Oh no, you're
No,
like the
I'm-
best cameraman in NA.
I know. I'm all of the team's manager now.
All of the team's managers like to make sure
Yeah.
that they're like in the game and ready and stuff and scrims.
Yeah, just
Wow.
since there's a lot of teams now and everything like that, I'm essentially working as like a team manager for the NACT and all that now. So it's gonna be fun.
Okay.
It lets me like, so when we go to the offline competitions and everything, it's gonna be pretty cool because I'll actually I mean, all the stuff is like pending to change. I don't know. It's all what happens as times goes, right? You know. But I'll be up on the stage with the teams, kind of like Pika did last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
That'll be cool.
maybe I'll get a GoPro and you know, kind of mount it in my chest and have like a
Oh.
behind the scenes player. I think that
can't
would
wait
be
to see
pretty
that.
cool.
I'm definitely gonna bring my camera out this time. We got to do a lot of vlogging. If it's in Los
I know.
Angeles, man, that's gonna be amazing.
We're hitting the beach, Wheezy. Let's go.
We're gonna hit the beach. There you go.
Yeah.
Beach vlog
If
coming soon.
there's a beach nearby, if there's a beach nearby, that's the goal.
I need an invite back to the lobby, by the way. I had to restart everything, so I'm not in the lobby no more. For whoever was, I don't know who are you in? Oh, there we go. Sweet. Awesome.
I was like, I haven't even been really paying attention, to be honest. I've just been watching yours at this point.
Looks like they're pulling in BTK now, so we'll be getting started soon.
I live near at the beach.
What's that?
I live near at the beach.
If there is gonna be a beach, you're gonna meet me at the beach?
Me.
What am
I
I'm gonna
live.
meet you. Okay, I'm down. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Is Basic in this
I'm
tournament? Yeah, he's actually in the lobby right now. He's in the lobby.
It looks like is Basic playing for BTK?
He's on there. So, I don't know. We'll see. They got Fried
Interesting.
Chicken, Basic, Zane.
Uh-oh, chicken.
Did you see Chicken? Where's Chicken? Oh, and the... Oh, yeah, I see him. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Joy Bodge right there, right?
Kibaj. I think so. I don't know. I can tell you here in a second.
Yeah, I think it is.
He's got like is that like chickens really? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Joy Bosch. What is that photo? He got it. It says fried chicken or tea. Which one?
I don't know. It's this is making my brain go crazy. You guys can't see it, but they're in the lobby waiting to get into the game. I mean, Simpsons is ready though. They got Tarzan, Cool World, Arvel.
Tarzan. Interesting.
Mello and Uzi. So this would be a good fight. This is one of the ones I couldn't wait to see, honestly. I'm wondering what BTK's roster is going to be for NACT.
Yeah, I don't know. Who is that person? Who's Akani Kanoa?
Oh no!
Is that ISO? Is that ISO? It has to be ISO. It's the mage. Maybe Yato.
Yeah, I know Yato's
little
still going to be on
confused.
their roster.
It's got an 84% win rate.
I don't know who this is. They're pretty good though. So.
I think it is Yato. It has to be Yato.
Yeah. It's when everybody changes their names. It's
Crazy.
what makes things a little difficult.
That'd be crazy if we see Basic join BTK for the NACT.
I mean, it's a possibility with the Valley disbanded, but he would have to. Yeah, I don't know. Unless he takes their marksman spot, but I don't know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good players now, man. There's so many people that perform at a higher level.
I think it's only going to increase as like the year goes on, you know? Like everybody's finally getting experience, you know?
Yeah.
Like and now with more teams being able to go to the NACT, you're looking at, you know, more opportunity for people to stick out, for more people to get that experience, that on stage experience, for it to being able to last a little bit longer. And then we got to you know, give a big shout out to the NABA because they're constantly creating tournaments and getting these teams in here fighting other teams, you know, similar to BTK, you know, some high level teams. What's that? You ready?
Oh, you ready? Oh, okay.
All right, let's get it.
This show rolling. As soon as you start,
Hopefully
we'll
we
jump
got
in there.
sound this time.
Oh, we do. Yeah, sound is back, guys. You didn't have to witness all that chaos, but we're good to go now. So, we are looking at BTK is going to be fighting up against the Simpsons, and this is going to be a best of one. So, it's going to be anybody's game. I mean, we're looking at Basic, right? The Valley disbanded. So, I wonder if Basic's trying to find a new home with BTK or if has other plans. NACT fall season is definitely right around the corner. So, you know, that clock is definitely ticking. But this looks like a pretty stacked roster, right? I mean, we're looking at 3 players that have played internationally with some amazing experience. So that is going to be a battle for the Simpsons. Now, the Simpsons is a little different, too. I don't think it's the same roster we've seen back in the day when they made it to the grand finals for the first time we went to Vegas. But they do got some familiar faces over there, right? They have Cold World back over there. And Cold World was on the Valley as well. So you're putting Cold World against Basic, and they were just on the same team, like, probably yesterday, you know, so.
They don't care, man. That's how NA is, man. It's just the constant switching. And hey, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, I feel like all the people in NA are kind of coming into the equation that they're kind of just all bros at this point. I mean, of course, when we get a little bit crazier into these games, we might see that, you know, stuff like this changes. And people knowing other people like this could give away a lot of ticks. So we'll see. BTK is pretty loaded though. Zane, this is the first time we're gonna see chicken since a long time, to be honest, in a tournament scene, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. And then Yato with this weird name. I think it's Yato. Has to be. It's their mage.
I'm hoping.
Enjoy Baj.
I'm hoping that's
I
Yato.
don't know what that name is, you know. I tried to say it. There's definitely no way I could say it. I've tried.
Yeah, Akane, I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the Kane. But you're gonna see some of the bands already put out on the board. You're gonna see Kaja and Kadita taking off for the side of BTK. But for the Simpsons, they're gonna go in for something a little bit more traditional. They're gonna take out that Navaria alongside that Arla.
Yeah, and Navaria out. I feel like that's good. Are we going to see, you know, Zane was always going on MSC that they wanted to see Alpha in a tournament. And I think we did end up seeing it once, but I feel like our major factors here are going to be kind of what Zane plays and kind of how OSP is going to respond to this. You know, Franco's still on the board, so maybe OSP picks up some type of secure because we do see the Kaja band. Another crazy thing that I see that's open is Fanny's open. Normally when we watch BTK, we always see that the first band, no matter what, is Fanny. So leaving that open, maybe OSP could possibly utilize that to their advantage, pull something out, because in the long term, Fanny is kind of the BTK's bane of their existence at this point. So we'll see. We'll see. Basic though, I feel like it's going to be huge, and they're really not banding out any marksmen at this point. They're kind of focusing on fighters, mages, and trying to get rid of some of those fighters that can really do something. I got rid of the Fredrin. I don't even think he's good this season.
You know, they're going to go ahead and slot in this Eve nice and early. This may be Yato. You know, we don't really know with the name change, but we're just going to go with that for now. Cold World may slot in this Valentina. Now, it's not the worst option, right? You pick that up, you take the manipulation away from Yato and use it against him. And not to mention, it's going to provide some draft pressure for BTK to have to kind of pick and choose what heroes they slot on the board, because you don't want to give the easiest ultimates to the Valentina to profit off of. But I think the difference with this roster is how Basic's going to play in it, right? I mean, he's been playing with other teams outside of BTK for the longest, and it's going to be interesting seeing him kind of take ISO slot, at least for this match. Not really probably on the main roster. I'm not really sure. We can't confirm anything until, you know, Zane says it himself. But he is going to be playing in ISO's place for this game, which is definitely going to change the type of mechanics that we see in the gold lane. Two different players, two different play styles. So I can't wait to say which way this goes. But Arvel is going to do something smart, right? He's going to go ahead and lock in this Franco for the Simpsons. This is going to give him some suppression on the table to kind of deny those assassin picks. I mean, they did take off Joy, though, so Joy is not something they have to worry about. So is the Franco too early? Time will tell.
You know, and I kind of called it out. I thought the Franco was going to be a good pick here, you know, and I feel like it's something that can be either or. Boy Bosch picking up a Kufra, Basic going on with the Beatrix. Safe picks. The Kufra is going to be amazing. It's going to be, you know, putting a little bit of a hold on the Cold World here. But they do pick up the carry. They're suspecting that Zane's going to go tanky, and we're waiting on Zane and Chicken. They're waiting to the very end to be able to choose their heroes. And this was a great response by OSP. Got rid of that alpha. I actually suspected the alpha, so they're really targeting BTK, Mlbb Zane at this point. And I want to see what BTK does to respond. Do we get rid of maybe the Yuzong? Or is that maybe something Chicken's going to be trying to pick up here? There's a lot of options available.
Yeah, definitely still a lot of options on the table so far. I mean, we do know the Roam has been slotted for both teams. We need to see who's going to be picked up in the jungle for both sides, though. So you are going to see that Bane taking off. The Bane in the last game that we watched definitely had a very strong presence for the most part. Even though they weren't able to close out the game from the side of Bloodhounds, it still was definitely a great pick from Easy Peasy. But looking at that being taken off the board so far, Lancelot is still in effect, right? It's not Tanks a lot no more. It's damage all the way. You know, but there's still some other picks that we've been seeing kind of get slotted in. The whole meta is shifting. New emblems are out, which means I was about to say that. I was about to say that too. The Hellkurt has been making a comeback as well to the professional scene. I just watched the Europe tournament this morning, and Hellkurt was all over the place for Europe, man. So you gotta definitely give respect where it's due. I gotta give out big credit to BTK too, realizing that this Hellkurt can be a potential problem for the higher elo. Not something you would expect to ban out, but definitely a secret weapon that the Simpsons could pull out.
Now, do we see the myth, the legend, Granger, or YSS pulled out by Zane? I know you were saying that YSS kind of came back into the meta. So are we going to be seeing Zane picking up more since, I mean, clearly he's banned out at this point and a lot of fighters and tanky heroes. I kind of want to see what they attempt to pull off here. Do they want to go squishy, or not, because OSP is looking pretty tanky at this point. With Cold World on the Valentina, a lot of secure, has a lot of possibilities that they could take the Tyrant's Rage or the real world manipulation. And I just don't know what BTK might go the Yuzong route. But again, that gives them a little bit of security to be able to take more from BTK. Do they do the safe pick and go Karina here, Weezy?
I'm gonna expect the Karina over the YSS just because typically for the past few seasons, at least for NACT and professionally wise, we don't really see Zane run the YSS. We see him more when he goes to something of a safety jungler. It's normally that Karina. So I do think the Karina is an okay option here. I mean, you have the carry who's gonna try and burst you down with the speedy light wheels. You can reflect those bullets when you are kind of speeding up and running toward her. So it's not the worst option. Fried Chicken is gonna go for something as well. This Yuzong, one of the most used XP lane hero so far, has been dominating with this recent patch. He has the Petrify. He can possibly drop down on Melon and take him down if he is not careful. But that is going to give Cold World the Black Dragon as well to circle around and possibly take down a backline such as Akane, who may be Yato, the mystery man right now, so we'll probably just call him for BTK. That may be a game plan, but wait a minute. We haven't seen the jungler for the Simpsons be revealed yet, and it looks like they may go in for this export.
They do pick up the Xborg, but I mean, Xborg's going to be good here. It's going to all that true damage, but I do like that BTK has that backline priority. They can secure some picks on the backline, you know, being able to maybe take out Melon, but OSP is a tanky team. I think it's going to be really on what Zane decides to pick here. Does he go hybrid? Do they need damage at this point? And only time will tell as we are loading into the first match. The only match, best out of one, OSP versus BTK here, Weezy.
That's right. They only have, well, this is group stage, so today will be their only match going against each other, but whoever has the most points will be able to move on. So it's definitely going to be a sight to see. The Simpsons, who were grand finalists, not last in ACT, but the one before that, they were able to go head-to-head against BTK. So actually, this is the same thing from the grand finals, just with new rosters additions on both sides. Best of one, as both teams getting ready to fight it out in the North American Battle Arena Invitational. All these teams hand-selected for their talent. And guys, if you need some new emblems to try out, if you need to figure out a new build with all these recent changes, this is definitely where to find it.
Yeah, and one thing I want to kind of set the stage here is kind of point out some of the emblems. I feel like emblems are going to be the biggest factors for teams nowadays, right? Zane going Lethal Ignition, a menace. We might see Mlbb Zane on his first time in a tournament playing a damaged Karina. That's going to be awesome. Now going on to basic, I think the emblem's called Quantum Charge, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it's
with
called.
The boots, the double boots. Yeah, that's Quantum Charge. Yes.
Yeah. So Quantum Charge picked up by both Melon and Beatrix. Well, basic. That's going to show out and show that they want to be quick. They want to go in. They want to have some of that mobility. So I think that's huge on, you know, the gold lanes. Of course, both of them have dashes, as we see BTK kind of wanting to show a little bit of pressure under the gold lane. So again, also Yato, I think it's Yato. I'm gonna just call him Yato. I don't even care at this point.
We can call him Mystery Man.
Mystery Man? Okay, Mystery Man Mage. Picking up the Impure Rage. That is also another emblem that I've seen chosen by a lot of mages. If you're not picking up the Lethal Ignition, you're getting that Impure Rage because it procs no matter what. And I think it does a little bit better. But again, we are seeing both teams not really trying anything out just yet. But economically, BTK is definitely holding the charge. First turtle's up here, Wheezy, and both teams keeping it on the edge. They're just right there on the line. They want to try something, but they don't just yet. Chicken here setting up in a bush for you, Wheezy.
Is setting up in the bush, is going to get a knock-up. Zane, eyes on the prize. Petrify goes down from Chicken. First blood has been secured. Uzi does fall. BTK taking that kill. Last Insanity does hit the mark. Tarzan able to claim the turtle with the Retribution over Zane. Yes, they lost a member, but they took the neutral objective in hands for the Simpsons.
Neutral objective secured. But again, I mean, even though they were able to secure that objective, we're looking at Basic, we're looking at Mystery Man and Chicken. They're just able to control their lanes and keep the gold in their favor. And I say that is something that if it keeps happening, it's going to make BTK scale at one point when they're able to. They did get one pick. They got first blood on Uzi, but again, like I was saying, they can keep this going little by little. They're going to just keep scaling. And I just, let's see what OSP can do to respond. I think it's going to be definitely coming down to team fights.
Yeah.
Retry already used.
I do agree with you there. I think it can definitely be a problem. BTK already winding up for a potential play. The knock up onto the wall. Oh my goodness, execution. But the Bloody Hunt does connect onto Arvel. Tarzan takes down Zane, is gonna punish, but the sniper, oh my goodness.
Oh.
Bro, if that bullet could ricochet, that could have been a triple kill. But Basic is gonna go ahead and start stripping off some of the gold on this turret.
Yeah, Mlbb Zane did die there, but kinda. I mean, even though he died, they're making the play, taking a lot of the gold off of there. Uzi's kind of giving Fried Chicken a hard game to play. And I think we're gonna have to see from BTK, they're gonna have to pick up some anti-heal. Just because Melon and Uzi are going to be a menace in the late game if they don't have any anti-heal secured. 15 seconds into the next turtle. Again, BTK still leading with the gold. If they can just keep that up, again, they're going to snowball at some point. And OSP is just trying whatever they possibly can to keep the pressure on.
You know, this is a funny matchup to see the Yuzong going up against the Uranus. Uranus able to profit off of any damage you do, enhancing his stacks, getting more regen. But you're looking at Chicken, right? He ran the Brave Smite core emblem, so that means he is going to be able to get more additional HP for every skill that he uses and deals damage with. So he's able to sustain himself pretty well in that lane. I think that's one of the coolest emblems that they implemented was that Brave Smite. It's definitely a top tier one if you guys haven't tried it out. I mean, just watch Chicken in this game. He's going to be very sustainable, but Tarzan also running the same thing, which means he is going to be able to stay alive for majority of these fights. Dominance Ice has been picked up from Uzi to counter Chicken on the Yuzong to the top side. Tarzan is going to pick up that War Axe as well, but a battle on the way. They have been spotted out in the bush. The Iron Hook not able to hit the mark.
Yeah, and I mean, again, we're just seeing OSP playing passive. Really, really passive. And sometimes that's tough to do, especially when we are seeing this gold lead difference. Could you throw up the items real fast for me, cameraman? All right, it's kind of looking at something going on here. I wanted to see Mlbb Zane's actually probably going to fall here. Uzi's able to secure that kill, but kind of back to what we were saying here. Mlbb Zane, it's not the jungle that's making the difference here. It looks like it's mainly the EXP and the mage that are really making difference here as Joy Baj goes down in the top, if I'm not mistaken. So we are seeing it again. It's not the jungle that's making a different Cold World.
We're gonna see the RWM drop down. It did get canceled out though. Not able to pull it back to the team. Now, I mean, yeah, you're not seeing Zane really having too much of an impact in this game. I mean, he's died twice, right? But it's definitely being picked up by Basic in the gold lane. The assistance from Joy Baj over there to be able to take that first turret, which means they are going to be leading in terms of the economy, right? They're up by 1,000 gold, and Chicken was able to take the top lane as well, able to take that turret away from Uzi on this Uranus, but the fight in the mid-river still on the way. 3-1. The only thing right now that the Simpsons is leading in is kills.
Yeah, it is true. It is true. And I mean, we are kind of getting into the mid game here. In about 2 minutes, I kind of want to see what pops off here. Mlbb Zane is kind of falling. No defensive items picked up by him yet. Only going attack. But Zane was able to secure the retreat.
Is going to get that turtle and pick up a kill. Finds Arvel. Chicken hovering around. Zane going to get a double. Finds Uzi. But wait a minute. Looks like they're going to pull their punches now. That is what they needed, right? They took 2 kills and also a turtle, which is going to boost the lead they already had.
Gotta love it. The back being thrown out by BTK, but real world manipulation kind of coming out. 2 ultimates utilized for nothing. And then the counter real world, Zane was able to take out Tarzan. They keep going, Wheezy.
Oh, he's going to get a double. He's going to find Cold World, but may be able to take down Melon. But no, Melon is going to shut him down just in time. The Speedy Light was caught in the middle of that tier 2 turret. But BTK able to open the map up even more. Are going to claim the turret for the mid lane.
Yeah, and the mid lane turret take is amazing. What I need to see from OSP is that I don't know if they're just lost their focus at this point, but they're not making the plays or the pulls to take towers. As we can see, BTK, they're always making that decision to be able to take a tower. They're focused on the main goal, and that's taking the tower as they go in.
They're going to rush in, trying to take this tier 2, but may have been too overly aggressive. Cold World providing a lot of frontline defense with this Valentina, that Terrify, forcing them out of that objective.
Yeah, and I just want OSP kind of building back off of what I was saying. I need OSP to use something. They're kind of making these little micro mistakes that are playing into BTK's hand here, you know, and I want to see them change that around. Maybe, you know, take a position, get a really good conceal play, but they need to make the decision now because they're a little bit behind. Okay, I think they're setting up for the Lord, maybe not the turret take. Oh, oh man, see, all the time they're playing the patient game, but they knew everybody at BTK was in mid. They could have took that tower. So all of this time, they're kind of hoping to make a play here, maybe trying to catch Zane off guard, but Joybaj being a really good tank coming in to check the bush and plays off.
And Immortality has been procced on Arvel, and Namiri's Passion going out from Basic. Now forcing them on the retreat. Zane smells the low HP hit with the Bloody Hunt from Arvel. Basic is going to save Zane's life just in time, though. Tarzan, full HP, has that Faraga armor in full effect as well. Is going to go ahead and pull the aggro for this Lord, but he only has Melon on his backside to help him out. You're looking at Zane still at about 50% HP. Mystery Man over there on this Eve. In a great position to possibly drop down a real world manipulation. Does have the zonage control.
Yeah. Again, they're kind of waiting for the Lord now. Waiting and baiting it here. All of OSP, they don't have the Bloody Hunt anymore, so maybe stopping Zane from Retrian isn't going to be a factor here, but Tarzan does go in.
Last Insanity almost able to take that Lord, but Zane with the Retribution is going to claim it for the Bloodthirsty Kings, and that is going to force the Simpsons out of the Lord pit. With this Lord in play, this is a great chance for Bloodthirsty Kings to open up this map yet even more. Possibly take some of these turrets on the top and bottom side to leave them down to their inhibitors, right? This is not a Luminous Lord. This is just your basic non-enhanced version. So it'll easily be bursted down from the Simpsons. Something that's working in the Simpsons' favor, though, is Melon, right? Even though they're in a little bit of a deficit right now, they're not leading in terms of gold, down by 4,000. Melon has not died yet. He's been slowly getting as much gold as he can. Basic is still triumphing over him with 2,000 more gold, which is definitely a problem. I mean, the Blade of Despair and the Malefic Roar has been built up. He even has a Legion Sword at his disposal. And you're seeing the Golden Staff in the Corrosion side picked up from Melon. He does have 2 of his core items on the way, which means he's going to have a lot of attack speed. He can definitely burst down some of the beefier heroes, such as the Yuzong, such as Joybaj. They're caught out of position.
Oh
Speaking of
my.
positioning, the set does go in. Amir's passing as well. RWM dropping down from Mystery Man. He's going to pick up a kill. He's going to find Arvel. Cold World with the Furious Dive. No, Chicken is going to get him. Cold World is going to fall. Man, big plays from the Bloodthirsty Kings trying to open up the base for the Simpsons. Now going to crash into the inhibitor on the bottom side. Zane going to crash into Uzi. Is going to assassinate him. Basic is going to take the inhibitor as well. Lord still intact. Now doing damage onto the Lord. BTK all in. Trying to close this out. And they may be able to do a full wipeout almost. And they're able to claim the base crystal. Down goes the Simpsons. And BTK will be moving forward after this game.
That was a great execution there, both by Joybaj and Chicken. You know, if I gotta say one thing, those players know how to hit their mark. That Black Dragon was insane. It made some key plays there to close up that game and to push it to the inhibitor. they did insane. Basic getting the MVP, but to be honest, I kind of got to give it to Joy Baj at this point. That Kufra was on point. Kind of looking at some of the damage being done here, looked like everybody was about equal. Yato was able to do a little bit more damage in there. But the biggest thing is Chicken only had a 20% team fight, which is, you know, interesting. EXPs are always low, but he did have the Black Dragon, and I got to give it up to Uzi to constantly giving him pressure. Again, a great game here. What's your take, Weezy?
I agree with you. I mean, I think they executed well. I do think Zane kind of struggled in the beginning, though. He's taking a lot of deaths, but Basic, the new edition or old new edition, whatever you want to label it, at least for this tournament or invitational, did make the difference in this game, right? In the early phase, even though Zane was falling at a fast rate, Joy Baj was rotating over to Basic, and they were able to take the turret. And that is what kind of kept them in the lead when Zane was getting kind of having a harder time in the jungle. But then Zane got online. He was able to find his momentum, find his groove, and then he started going off with this Karina, something that we've been seeing him run traditionally pretty much in every single tournament. I don't think there's been a tournament that we have not seen Zane run the Karina, right? We've seen the tank Karina. We've seen the damage Karina. I'm pretty sure, actually, looking back at this Karina, that was the full damage Karina. So damage Karina is back alongside the damage Lancelots. You gotta love to see it with the new emblem system. We're seeing heroes kind of revert back to the way they used to be played. So I don't know. I feel like I'm a fan of more of the damage route, right? I want to see an assassin assassinate things. I don't want to see an assassin walk around like he's a Tigreal on the map, soaking up all the damage. It just doesn't feel right? It just feels better when you see Zane chasing after somebody who's 25, 30% HP and then just annihilating them. And that's what we've seen right there for him to be able to turn it back around in his favor. So that is going to be the game won by BTK. Simpsons did lose that one, but this is only group stage. So it's not like they're knocked out right now. Guys, hopefully the audio, I turned everything up a little bit. So I know you guys can hear G, but if it needs to be louder, just definitely shout out and let me know. I'm definitely reading the comments. Yeah, Mystery Man, we're still trying to figure out who that is. We think it's Yato, but I don't know. Maybe you guys can find out for us. We're going with Yato, though.
We're going with Yato, baby. I think it's Yato. What else is
we got Ace and BTK next.
Our next, Ace and BTK next. I think that's going to be a good game too. You know. Yeah. I feel like all three of these games that we've watched, OSP was a little, you know. But I think Ace has what it takes. I also thought Bloodhound had what it takes too. So we'll see. We'll see. Again, BTK is just on like a whole nother level. But we have BTK coming up and then Bloodhounds against OSP. So we are seeing OSP again and Bloodhounds again. And then we'll see Bloodhounds go against BTK. So it's going to be a real show here. Ace, really good team. So seeing them actually hold out against Bloodhounds. And then we're also going to be seeing BTK versus Bloodhounds. So I also feel like that is going to be a good game against BTK. So we'll see if some teams can show their cards. And we'll see what turns around here. I think the next match is at, what is it, 8? Are we trying to get these teams in earlier? Or technically, that was supposed to be like 20 minutes ago, yeah?
Versus ACE right now.
So it's not too long till the next game.
It is Yato? Okay, so that is Yato. Okay. We had a feeling. I mean, I don't see them replacing Yato. I mean, he's like, him and Hoon are just up there in terms of the mages for North America. So, yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting. I think another good mage out there is definitely Nicolette, who's definitely one of those top mage players. So, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
I'm not sure. I don't know if we'll did you see Nicolette in the Cyberpunk?
I want to say yes. If Quirky's over there, he can definitely let me know. But I'm pretty sure we did. I think Nicolette was in there. So I'm pretty sure she's still playing. Ace was in there. This is the same roster that they had. I mean, they almost got taken down from Bloodhounds. Like, you saw how strong they were. Bloodhounds is they're getting up there. I think they have a chance to definitely hit top 8 this time around.
In ACT, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
because I want to see him. I want to see him in there. You know, like they've always done top 96 and they get just close enough, and then they're just not able to get there.
Yeah. I think they hit top 16 last time, right? Did they? Maybe they hit top 16. But yeah, it was like that battle for top 8. I think they definitely got knocked out. But I mean, they've been grinding. Oh, they're ready? Oh, we're ready. Okay. Hey, let's not waste any more time. Let's jump straight into it, fellas. There we go, into the draft. We are looking at Team Ace going up against BTK. BTK, who just came up off of a win, able to claim victorious, taking down the Simpsons. Now going to be going up against Team Ace. Last time we seen Team Ace compete was in the Mobile Legends Grim Academy Cyberpunk tournaments. They placed number 4 in that. We saw BTK there as well. They did not have Chicken, and they also didn't have Zane, though. So it was kind of a hybrid team. They did have Cardi in there. So with this roster, it's looking a little bit stronger, at least from what we've seen compared to that one match they did play in the Cyberpunk. And they were able to have a pretty much really good game outside of the early phase up against the Simpsons. So Team Ace, on the other hand, a good team as well. We did see them compete in the first match today. They went up against Bloodhounds, up against Boca Roscoe. Boca Roscoe and them almost took them down, but a little too aggressive in the ending, costed them the entire game, and Ace was able to turn it back around and claim victorious.
Yeah, and we'll see what they can do here. You know, I feel like if there's a team that could, you know, give BTK a little bit of a run for their money here, I definitely think right now, based upon what I've seen today, Team Ace, you know. Again, BTK getting basic is a little crazy, but I think they're a strong team at this point with Chicken, Zane, and Basic, with Joy Baj and Yato. Like that's an insane team to go against. Both suppressions taken off the board here, Wheezy, Franco, and Kaja.
Yeah, I mean, it's a strong draft already, right? I mean, definitely opens up the room for another assassin to be slotted. The last assassin we've seen was Mobazane running that Karina, and he was definitely a problem. Now, the Navaria is still walking, and Ace does have first pick, so I'm wondering if BTK has the strategy to work against the Navaria, or are they going to just go ahead and ban it out entirely? I mean, the Navaria and the Arlot, right? Both of these that we typically see get banned together for the team that's on the second ban side of things, and this may be what we see right now. Either the Navaria is going to get taken down by Ace. They could have picked that up, but instead they decide to ban it out.
BTK getting rid of the fanny. I love it. Maybe I'm pretty sure BTK did their knowledge. Then they were like, OSP is not going to pull out a fanny on us, right? And so, but they're like, Team Ace could possibly do that against us here. So they did get rid of the fanny. Team Ace is going to have to strategize here, Wheezy. We're going to have to see them make plays and see if they can, you know, possibly turn the tide against BTK. They're not really banning out Mobazane this time around. They're kind of just doing what I would, you know, think is normal bans at this point, kind of getting rid of the Navaria, getting rid of the Franco. But I want to see them do something, set something up so they get something. What do you think they're going to get from this here, being first pick?
I mean, being first pick, they definitely have some options on the table. They can go in for the fighter, just to be safe, though, if they do want to pick up the Yuzong or something like that, not to show a card too early. That is definitely a great option. It's just the Kadita was banned out, because I was going to say that could be a definitely viable option. The Eve is still on the table as well. We did see BTK kind of favor that Eve when they had first pick, but no, they're going to go ahead and take that out, scratch that, knock it off the drawing board. And now the question is, what will the side of Team Ace pick up? I'm going to go with the Yuzong, but no, Arlot is still on the table as well. So either the Yuzong or the Arlot, definitely a fighter. May be one of the smarter options so far, or if they do want to provide draft pressure, they can go in for the Valentina.
Yeah, let's see if they possibly go with some of that. You know, again, Valentina could be a good secure here. Yves is off the board. I will choose. What? The Arlot. King Kong picking up an Arlot, so. I feel like that sets up maybe BTK being able to, you know, have a really strong backline.
I say Joy.
You think Joy? I mean, Joy is definitely open, so Chicken picking up Joy would be pretty crazy.
I mean, we've been seeing Chicken. He can play the Joy pretty well, and it's definitely an option to be picked up, especially with the Kaj and the Franco being taken off so far in the draft. That means there's no suppression to really shut him down. But no, they're going to go in for the Valentina instead. Now, Joy is still on the table. I don't see Team Ace picking it up, so maybe that's why they picked up the Valentina, right? If they would have slotted in the Joy right there, okay, it wouldn't have really profited as much because they know there's already an R-Light in the XP lane, so they don't really have to worry about them picking up a Joy unless they're going to run the Joy in the jungle, and I think that would be something that BTK would be okay with.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, and I mean, anything kind of goes right now with these emblems. You never know what, how creative people can get. I do think that Team Ace is probably going to wait to pick their jungle last. So they go with the Diggy. Maybe Diggy Beatrix combo. I know that's an insane combo, and they pick up the Xavier. Maybe this Valentina is going to have a tough time.
Yeah, I mean, you can take the Dawning Light. You can take the Time Journey. Not some of the most preferred ultimates. I mean, I guess the Time Journey, you can... I mean, who are you going to stop? You know, I mean, you got a Time Journey, the Diggy's Time Journey, so I don't really think that's going to be a strong pickup. That's kind of what happens when you pick that Valentina this early. Sometimes teams just draft around it by picking ultimates that you can't really profit too much on. So, yeah, the Esmeralda's not the worst choice. I mean, it provides sustainability. It also has mobility. He does have that Purify, though. I'm interested to see if he's going to switch that over for a sprint or if he's just going to keep that Purify just in case. But that is going to provide mobility and survivability, especially going up against Arlot, which is known to be one of the top XP laners so far for this season. Can definitely be a menace when left unchecked, but he's going to need to profit off of additional CC. So yes, they have the Xavier to provide that, but maybe it's slotting in something. No, I don't. I guess that's what they're going to roll with. So he's not going to have too many eye marks to really profit on with their kind of composition so far.
Yeah, I mean, the Esmeralda definitely, I feel like, is a semi-counter to the or the Diggy, the Esmeralda to the Diggy. So just because Diggy normally gives everybody a shield upon ulting, and I think Chicken really wants to utilize that to his advantage. Kool-Aid, we did see Kool-Aid actually dominate in the gold lane last time, so I'm kind of curious on what they want to go with on Team Ace. Now, BTK banning out the Xborg, that kind of goes to show that Xborg has kind of been a menace, and in North America, that is something we see a lot of is Xborgs. Now, banning out the Beatrix, a little interesting. BTK, it looks like they maybe watched the last game against Bloodhounds because they did ban out the Leslie. And they're just banning out marksmans. I feel like that's going to limit you as well. Maybe we see a Brody pickup here by the Brody God.
Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Basic is going to flip the script, though. Is going to pick up this Harith in the gold lane. That's a lot of magic. That's 4 magic heroes for the side of BTK so far, which means Zane is going to have to pick up something physical or they're not going to have any physical damage.
Uh-oh. Don't you dare pick that new MM.
Well, I will say we're not going to get a Karina in this. We're definitely not going to get a Karina because that'd be a full magic 5-man team for BTK.
Oh, yo, if they pick up the Alpha instead, they pick up the Brody, which I suspected, and they pick up the Bane. So, MOBA Fred in the house, maybe?
It's a smart choice. I think they definitely need the physical damage. Oh, the Roger, maybe anything physical at this point would be okay. I mean, even the Alpha is definitely a strong option. The Lancelot has not been banned out. You could pick that up as well. Yi-Sun Shin has made a comeback. He could pull that off here if he really wanted to. He may actually just do that. I really think you could pull it off. I think the world would love to see Mobazane on a Granger, on a Roger, or on a Yi-Sun Shin. 3 heroes that he's just known for. And he's going to pick the Starfall Knight. Granger Danger is in effect. And that is going to finalize these rosters for this draft as we're seeing Team Ace getting ready to go head-to-head against BTK in Group B of the North American Battle Arena.
Yeah, that is crazy. I mean, BTK is looking a little thin Might be able to get peeled, but we'll see. I mean, again, this is Zane on a Granger. This is Mobile Wolf on that Bane, which we've seen was really good. Let's see what possibly falls through here. Easy as we go into the best of one against Team ACE and BTK.
Yeah, I mean, I like seeing the Granger here. I think it's okay. Not too many people are going to be able to get back to him to deal damage. That's one of the things that Granger has a problem with. When you have more of a frontline diving composition, he has a hard time closing into the neutral objectives. But as GD Aiko said, we're about to watch both these teams going head-to-head in this best of one North American Battle Arena qualifiers. And this is Group B. This is BTK match 3 going up against Team ACE. Both of these teams already playing one game so far today and able to claim victorious. So they're undefeated so far.
Yeah. Now, kind of setting the stage as I like to do here. What we need to see from Team ACE is it's definitely they're gonna want to go into the late game here at this point. That's when Bane starts showing off. And again, this Xavier's kind of overextending. He wanted to get the peel here, but they are pushing him back. I want to the gold lane here. Brody being a really great counter against the Harith here, being able to stay far away and poke a lot. So I feel like Basic's always going to be on the back end here, and he's going to have to watch out for that. But we see Joybaj, you know, showing a little bit of pressure in mid. Basic still kind of going in for it, but Kool-Aid, being a good gold lane, knows how to play it. Chicken's kind of controlling the lane against Arlot up there. As we see something go down, I think we might see a play here by Keyboy.
He's going to rush in. Serious damage, first time pulling him back. Maybe able to get the kill. Kool-Aid is going to draw first blood away from BTK. They are going to find Joybaj.
Joybaj did go down. And I mean, that was a good wait and bait by Team ACE here. They know they have to wait. I do feel like they need to help King Kong on the top lane, because Fried Chicken is definitely bullying him, and that's just going to make this go into the later game. I love it when they just stand there and look you in the eyes and like, yep, you're not getting your lane, and that is what Chicken is doing here. First turtle is up, Wheezy. Which team do you think is going to take this neutral objective?
Well, looking at the map so far, both teams racing for that level 4. Fried Chicken may have overextended. King Kong is going to take him down with the assistance of Sky. 2 kills so far, untraded in favor for Team ACE, which means they may be able to claim this objective. Zane not even worried about it, knows he's running the marksman jungle, not even going to attempt to take this turtle.
Yeah, but they're responding great, right? So they know they can't get turtle. Maybe they'll put some pressure on Kool-Aid because they know that Basic's gonna have a hard time, and they're putting Kool-Aid on the defense here. As we see, they're already taking gold off of this tower. Keyboy coming in, does set. The Tyrant's Rage just come out.
And the Detonata from Zane. They need to take down Kool-Aid. Not able to find the kill though. He does get out. Miles in there just in time for the save. So they weren't able to trade. If they were able to pick up a kill on the marksman, it would have worked in their favor, but not able to take down Kool-Aid. Definitely a huge advantage for the side of Team ACE.
It's a good advantage, a good anticipation by Kool-Aid there, you know, staying far back, was able to escape there, but the Detonata by Zane, the bullets did go wide, but there's a lot of diggy bombs here in this bush here. They are anticipating something. My God. Call him a bomber, but they get in a little bit of trouble.
Deadly's catch does go out. I mean, there's a lot of traps across the map. Just look, it's red everywhere. But yeah, you got to watch out. Diggy can definitely burst you down with those bombs if you're not careful. I mean, looking at the core emblem so far, he went in for the Impure Rage. So he's intending to deal some damage with this Diggy.
Yeah, I mean, a damage Diggy is definitely kind of what they want to go for. Does have that Impure Rage. Kind of looking at back and forth here. Wolf versus Zane. Zane's definitely out jungling him at this point. Gold lanes are even. That's actually crazy since the Brody was doing better in the early stages. So really the only thing that's keeping BTK together here is, I mean, nothing really. They're about neck to neck at this point. Brody picking up the blade. Pep there. That's going to be strong in the early. Strong in the early. Has the killing spree. Has the burst power. But BTK is on the hunt for the next neutral objective. They push the lane in and they're going for this turtle, Weezy.
Yeah, they definitely have control, but look at King Kong in the bush. Chicken is going to spot him out. Great map control and awareness right there. Joy Boss with the knock-up. Time Journey goes out to negate the CC from Miles. Zane is going to hit the Retribution. Claim this turtle for the Bloodthirsty Kings. Destinata goes out. King Kong still alive. Fried Chicken is going to find Miles, though. Trying to get a chase down onto Mobile Wolf. Not able to find the kill. Able to take a kill of their own, though, and able to claim this turtle into the hands of BTK. A great way to keep themselves in this game.
Definitely. And I just don't, I'm kind of confused. I'm guessing it's just because we haven't really seen, Diggy doesn't have too much capability. Sky goes down by Yato. Sheesh, the mid lane challenged by the Yato, the one and only on this Valentina, was able to 1v1 Sky here. And I feel like that's going to be big here. If they can peel a little bit off here, but instead they're going to rotate down here into the gold lane. What we need to see from Team Ace is, again, they're playing passive. They need to get into that late game. That Dawning Light did just give the vision Team Ace needed to see that there was possibly a jump happening on a Kool-Aid here. So again, they're just kind of waiting. This is kind of what we've seen Team Ace do in the very first game against Bloodhounds. And what we've seen against BTK, a conceal play did just get made while Diggy is setting up bushes here, Wheezy.
Ooh, they're going all in for Miles. Time Journey has been baited out. Zane is going to find King Kong off screen, though. Kool-Aid is going to try and deal some damage. You are going to see them trying to take him down. Basic going to pick up the kill. That is 2 members falling for the side of Team Ace on both side lanes, creating the opportunity to possibly push in these turrets. They were able to take the one on the top side with the assistance of Zane rotating to that XP lane, helping out Fried Chicken and bursting down everybody that was in that lane, and they took the turret.
Yeah, this is not what you want to see at the 6-minute mark for Team Ace, but BTK showing strong tides here, taking out both side turrets. Going to be working towards the next neutral objective and then possibly that mid turret. Fried Chicken is just bullying King Kong at this point. Not much King Kong can do here. And you got to love the pressure and the vision that Fried Chickens is able to exhibit here. But we see a play.
He's going to go out with the deadliest catch. Zane is going to take down Miles. Another kill maybe on the way. Joy Boss very low. Zombie Force drop him down. Mobile Wolf is going to find Joy Boss though before he can get the kill. But wait a minute, King Kong very low. Basic is going to find him, spot him out, take him down. Kool-Aid is going to find Basic to respond, though. 2 members falling from both sides of the table. Basic and Joy Boss, King Kong and Miles on the other side.
That was a good take. Team Ace kind of holding a little bit of their own. But again, BTK is still showing out. Basic falling is a good thing for Team Ace. That is allowing them to kind of scale up here. They really need to be focused on taking turrets here, going for the gold crab instead. We'll see if they definitely are able to take that. Now they just need to, again, keep working together, keep showing out. If they can keep the Brody from dying, I feel like Team Ace does have the ability to turn some of the tides here. Again, the gold lead is definitely in BTK's favor here. The EXP is definitely having a rough time. King Kong is not able to stop the bully of Fried Chicken here. As we can see, the turrets take, again, the Falling Star Moon.
Gonna drop down. He is very low. May not be able to get out. Zane is gonna find him with that Rhapsody. Is gonna take down Miles as well. Kool-Aid is gonna shut down Zane in the process. Retribution does go down from Mobile Wolf on the chase with the deadliest catch. Trying to catch Basic out of position. Now, I think the problem so far with King, wait a minute, Tyrant's Rage on the wall for the stun. Mobile Wolf need to get out of there. The bouncing ball for the slow. Kool-Aid trying to join the fight, but no, they are going to find a kill, or are going to go ahead and take down Mobile Wolf. Now, I think why we're seeing King Kong have a hard time, typically you'd think he'd beat the Esmeralda, right? But he doesn't have anti-heal. He didn't build the Dominance Ice to go head-to-head against the Esmeralda. Kool-Aid is going to use that Torn Apart Memories, is going to go ahead and find Yato and take him down.
Basic almost falls as well. Yeah, I mean, anti-heal could be something that he's trying to build in a little bit into the later of the game here. So we'll see. We'll see. I do have to say that Kool-Aid is showing out. The Brody's playing a major factor. They're trying to take the top turret here, but there's 3 of BTK kind of going in there. Can they keep this mid and the top? Kool-Aid falls to Zane there. That was, I mean, what did he suspect there? He knew all alone he was going to get caught.
Yeah, it was definitely a questionable play. I mean, you're the gold lane, you're the marksman, you're the back line. Why are you pushing up to a turret all the way by yourself with no turret to defend you to run back to? And you're not just pushing any team, you're pushing the best team in North America who won the Grand Champions for the Grand Finals in the NACT Spring season. Not a team you want to play that casual against, and you are going to find another kill on the board. Miles is going to fall in the process. The knockup.
Oh my god.
Of course, dropping down. Deadly Sketch going out for Mlbb. Whoop. The final slash from Arlon. Arcane is going to find Sky. That Sonata from Zane, though, is going to hit onto Kool-Aid. Only one bullet did connect, though. Not going to be able to find any members, but they were able to take down 2 players from the side of Team ACE.
Yeah, and I mean, they were also able to secure that neutral objective. If I'm not mistaken, it was the Lord. So we might be seeing the Lord pop off here soon as minions are being led down into this bottom turret. Fried Chicken playing the patient game, maybe gonna dive into the back. He's just gonna give a lot of pressure. Dude, he's just, this is the big bully chicken here. There's 4 of Team ACE on him. They can't do a thing against Chicken here. This Esmeralda paying off high.
Yeah, he's definitely giving him a problem. He even went in for that crossbow. Now that's interesting to see on the Esmeralda. Definitely take a screenshot of those for anybody looking to learn this hero. But fight going on. King Kong is going to find a Keybaj. That is Joybaj with a little bit of a name change right there. He is going to fall to Roamer for BTK. Lord still intact on the top side, slowly making his way into the inhibitor. Turret in the mid lane does fall.
Third is falling as BTK is still charging. The falling Star Moon goes right into all of Team ACE.
And it's going to take
Fried
down
Chicken
Miles.
was able to secure the kill.
This guy is going to take down Fried Chicken to respond. Lord may fall in the process, but they're able to take an inhibitor. You're going to see Yato get a kill. It's going to take down King Kong. They're able to open up the base for Team ACE. Hey, there's a bar right there. But looking at the map, you are looking at all turrets still sitting intact, minus the turret on the bottom side falling for BTK. Overall, map control is definitely stronger for their team compared to Team ACE.
It is true. I mean, BTK is definitely just mopping this board. Zane on the Grangers, I mean, we can just see he's doing good, but the Xavier's kind of lacking as we see a play here.
Oh, huge torn apart. Remember, he's going to catch Zane all the way out on the opposite side of town and take him down. You are going to see Basic trying to get some wave management, though. With Zane falling, I think they're going to pull their punches, regroup. Same thing for the side of Team ACE, right? Their backs are against the wall right now. They're only holding on to 2 inhibitor turrets.
Only holding on, but that take on Zane was a great spot for them to breathe. Now they have a little bit of breathing room. They need to make a play with this. They need to catch, I mean, really, they just needed to catch Zane, but now Yato needs to fall as well. As we see BTK doing great sets there.
Now, I think one of the most interesting things is you realize Brody, Kool-Aid, now has more gold than Basic.
Does. Ooh.
Huge play on the way. Deadly
Plays
Sketch
taken
goes
down.
out. Yeah, man, you can definitely tell both of them playing very passive, waiting for somebody to engage, use that utility, waste it, and then counterplay.
Yeah, I mean, they utilized a lot of ultimates there. They really don't have too much of an engage here to be able to compete against this Lord Chicken. Diving into the backline here, Wheezy. Can they keep it?
Zane is going to find Miles. You're going to see the Divine Glaive picked up from Yato as well. Zane going to take down King Kong for the double kill. Yato going to find Kool-Aid, Sky, and Wolf trying to get back to the base. Falling Star Moon from Chicken to close the distance. Is going to find Sky. Mobile Wolf by himself against the full team of BTK, and that is all she wrote. Is they're gonna pick up a kill. Chicken gonna take the last member of Team ACE, and BTK gonna claim the base crystal and take them down.
Victory!
Wow. I mean, just the split decision in that game right there was insane. the Diggy pick was really, really ballsy, to be honest. Like, of course, you can see it didn't really play out. The damage Diggy does good, but not when you're against BTK at this point. Basic 2, 1, and 6 with Harith. Not a super high kill game for him, but still was able to control his lane with the combination of Joybaj there. So again, Kool-Aid kind of just carrying Team Ace here at this point.
Yeah, definitely carrying them around right there. I mean, looking at the statistics so far, Zane having the most turret damage on the map, but the total damage coming out from Fried Chicken, 43% hero damage over there on this Esmeralda. That's definitely something you don't see every day, right? I mean, looking at Basic, he only had 12%. You know, he was the gold lane, supposed to be ADC. I guess you could count Zane in there as well, since he did run the this jungler Granger. So
took more damage than Joybaj too. So I mean, had the most damage taken, and a 74% team fight participation. Again, like I said, Chicken was an absolute bully with this Esmeralda. The R-Lot, again, like you were saying, it was kind of just like an item build difference, or it could be, I mean, just maybe they didn't know how to play R-Lot as well as Chicken knows how to play Esmeralda.
Yeah, I mean, it was interesting to see. I do think a part of it that played into R-Lot having a hard time more than you anticipated was the rotation from Zane over to the XP lane as well. Like, it definitely caught him off guard. For them to secure that first turret, it was a gank to be able to kill that R-Lot, because we did remember R-Lot did pick up the first kill on Chicken, who was overly aggressive on that 2v1 situation when they did gank him on that side. But then Zane returned the response, and they took a turret from it, and that's when you started seeing Chicken get online, and we didn't see a proper response, at least early enough to stop him, right? He was just building more HP, more regen, more shields, and they weren't doing anything to counter it. I mean, the anti-heal came after the Thunderbelt. I'm not really sure if that was the best way to kind of itemize that. Maybe shutting down that anti-heal super early could have been a possible game changer, but it did definitely boil down to not just the itemization. It was definitely the rotations as well. I mean, we've seen BTK, they pretty much held on to every single turret, minus the one on the bottom side for majority of that game. So it's definitely the macro coming into play, the awareness when it comes to neutral objectives, Chicken checking the bushes, even when somebody was trying to get a sneaky play to take the neutral objective, he was always there to be able to spot them out, and then they're able to kind of counterplay on that. So, man, that's match 3 off the board so far. 2 games so far for BTK. They were able to take both wins. Team Ace had the first win against Bloodhounds, but they took their first loss as well against BTK. BTK is the only team so far that remains undefeated in Group B.
It is true. It is true. Undefeated, and I mean, they have the all-stars at this point, you know? I mean, they're tough to beat. I mean, you make one mistake and it's the game, you know? And I feel like that we just need to find a couple more teams that just know that micro play, know how to manage their lanes. I do think that, you know, Kool-Aid was insane on the Brody, even though half the team was kind of a little behind. He was making some of those key plays that were, you know, forcing BTK to make mistakes. But in the end, to be honest, you got to get the MVP up to Chicken. That was insane.
Yeah, guys, the next match we are going to be seeing Bloodhounds going up against the Simpsons. Bloodhounds did take their first loss today. It was up against Team Ace, who just lost to BTK. And the Simpsons lost to BTK as well. So it's just a battle of both teams who lost to BTK at this point for the next match, 4th match of the day. After that, we will be seeing BTK sneak back in there. This time, they're going to be going up against the Bloodhounds, which is definitely going to be something we want to catch.
Yeah, and I think if every team plays 3 games, right, Bloodhounds really needs to win this, and OSP really needs to win this.
Yeah.
So that they can secure, I think, an upper bracket spot instead of a lower. So this is like a decision game here, you know, is OSP or Bloodhounds go into the lower bracket. Bloodhounds already lost 1. This is their time to shine and maybe turn some things around. So did OSP. They've already lost 1 as well. So 1-1 for these teams. And I can't wait to see what they can bring. Bloodhounds is a really good team that we've seen on the spectrum. and OSP held out pretty well. So I want to see what they bring. I'm enjoying all of these like different, like the games are different, you know. Like
Oh yeah, they definitely are.
you're not seeing the tanks. You're not seeing the crazy. You're seeing actual plays be made, you know.
Yeah.
And I think this meta is kind of relying on tanks now, right, Weezy?
It's a mixture of both, in my opinion. I mean, I just love the fact that the assassins are back. Like Lancelot's not the tanky route no more. The Karina's the damage.
Nice.
Like all of that is pretty fun to see. I think it feels a little bit more balanced. And I mean, as a caster, like, man, it can be very slow when you're trying to cast a game that lasts over 30 minutes. But you're not going to really see a 30-minute game with this new emblem system. And I think one of the coolest things that you can do with it is mix and match talents from different emblem trees and put them together for a mastered build. And that's definitely going to let you know in terms of, it's not just, I guess you can kind of categorize it as itemization, which is another part of the battle that some players tend to neglect, right? They kind of just take a screenshot of what somebody else is running and they roll with it. But when it looks like with Fried Chicken, with Zane, they're one of those players, or some of those players, that will literally sit there and read every single percentage of what damage each item will do and what is the most optimal build. So I think that's where they kind of like topple over some of the other competition in North America. A lot of people tend to overlook the little patches, the little notes of what all these items and changes can do. And I mean, you're seeing it right there, right? You would have thought Chicken would have been dominated by the R-Lot, but no, Chicken is, he prevailed. I mean, we've seen him in the bottom lane toward the end of the game, just 1v4 and Team Ace, and no punish on it either.
True. I think the players are almost ready. I think this is actually the first time we've seen Yureshi on Bloodhounds. I don't think he was there last time.
No,
I think it was someone else.
It was the guy with the Chinese symbols. I don't know who he was, but yeah, we don't know who. Yeah, it wasn't. No, it wasn't actually. Who was the XP lane for Bloodhounds?
I don't know.
Oh, it was Uzi. It was Uzi, right?
It was Uzi. Yeah.
Yeah. It was Uzi. That's right.
Huh. Interesting. So I think this is gonna be a pretty awesome match to watch as well.
Yeah, I think
we're almost ready.
Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to jump in. They're just waiting for.
And
looks
they
like everybody
started.
ready up. Here we go. All right, so it's gonna be a fun one, right? Simpsons on the blue side, Bloodhounds on the red.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think it's gonna be a fair game. What I need to see from OSP is probably banning out the Novaria. You probably don't want to let Boko Roscoe get that. And from OSP, I think they can kind of pull out anything, you know? Tarzan used to be, if I'm not mistaken, was Guapsi back in the day. Sorry, I got a hiccups there. Excuse me. So they have a good jungle. Arvel, great. I think used to be the EXP, if I'm not mistaken. Is it their tank now? And then Melon's gold, Cold World, mid. Oh, what happened to? Hold on here. Okay, Uzi. I think we're mistaken. Because how is Uzi right there? But he was on Bloodhounds last time.
Oh, maybe it wasn't Uzi on Bloodhounds. Wait. I don't know. Maybe we're wrong. I'd have to rewind it and see.
I was like, hold up here. I'm like, deja vu's hitting me. I'm like,
last time the Simpsons had Melon, Tarzan, Arville, Cold World, and Uzi. They did it. Yeah. That was on the Simpsons.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, hey, it happens.
So they didn't swap anybody. But Yureshi. Oh, I don't think they swapped anybody. I don't know. My mind's going crazy right now with all these teams and all these changes. It's like you see a super team and then they rotate one player around to another team. And welcome to North America, everybody.
Welcome to North America is right. Nah, well, we'll see. They're getting rid of the Joy. Our lot's still open. Not sure if they'll pull out on our lot, but could be a possibility here. Uranus is still on the field. Both suppressions are still available. So Kaja, Franco, still great possibilities. Could be first picked. Bloodhounds kind of taking their time and thinking here, Weezy.
Yeah, I mean, our lot is still on the table as well. I mean, BTK didn't pick the R-Lot. They let it walk, and they punished with an Esmeralda So I'm not really sure if Bloodhounds and Simpsons were watching that game, maybe they let the Arlot walk and have a similar strategy. They're going to go ahead and take out this Eve. Not the worst decision, right? It can definitely be a problem when left unchecked. I mean, Eve has definitely been one of the most prioritized mages alongside that Valentina. But speaking of prioritized mages, the Navaria is still on the table for grabs. Will Bloodhounds take it out? You know, Bocarasco kind of favors running that mage for their team.
It is true. It is true. Navaria, but I mean, OSP could possibly swap that around and maybe go with the Navaria. So that's kind of like a gamble if Bloodhounds doesn't ban Navaria here. Does OSP take that chance to take Navaria first and then Bloodhounds respond to that? I mean, and again, this could be a bait for them to take Navaria, but we are seeing that they've banned out of Valentina, banned out of Yves. So are they just going to keep targeting mages at this point?
Yeah, I mean, they may just take out the Navaria, not wanting to let it go to the side of the Simpsons, but they're going to hope to try and grab it. So they're going to go ahead and take out this Lancelot. I'm not really sure if I agree with this decision, right? I mean, I feel like the Simpsons can play Navaria just as well, but no, they're going to go in for the suppression instead. Arvel's going to go ahead and lock in this Kaja, which means I'm willing to bet they're trying to lock in an assassin, but when they do this, they allow Bocarasco to get comfortable. He is going to go ahead and pick up this Navaria and not waste any time on the draft.
Interesting that they take a gamble like that. I'm not quite. I wouldn't classify Kaja as a first pick hero. But they do end up picking him. Again, like you said, they could go to like bursty comps here. Bloodhounds, again, I do like that Bloodhounds is kind of taking their time. Do they take the Navaria? What is their second pick here? Do they pick a Franco to counter suppress? But I think they're gonna maybe pick up the Fred, or not the Fredrin, the Arlot.
Yeah, they are gonna secure this Arlot alongside this Navaria. Now that is huge for the Bloodhounds, right? Arlot can profit off of that Astro Echo and deal some massive damage. But looking at the side of the Simpsons, they traded that to be able to pick up this Beatrix and this Yuzong. Yuzong, who's been a pretty solid fighter. He can actually counter the Arlot if played right. So it's not the worst decision. It looks like they have an answer for it, but the question is, can they execute their draft?
That is true. That is true. They have to execute the draft. Gotta make plays. Yureshi, I like this. I like the Cho pick. Do they roam with it, or they have to at this point? Unless you see an Arlot roam, which could be something that switches up the tactics and the strategies that we have here. So that'd be interesting to see if an Arlot plays roam or the Cho. My guess is it's probably going to be the Cho, and that does give them some backline secure. Uzi picking up the Yuzong. That is also another good response. But again, last time the Yuzong didn't play into the other team. Actually, the Yuzong did play into the other team's favors, and they beat Bloodhounds. So let's see if they can change this tide here.
Yeah, I mean, Yureshi picking up the Cho is going to be a problem, right? The Cho does have the isolation. He can go in with the Way of the Dragon and kind of catch somebody out of position. It's almost as good as having a suppression on your team, and there's nobody rocking that Purify to escape it. There's a lot of CC in favor for the side of Bloodhounds, but for the side of the Simpsons, I mean, you do have the Kaja, you do have the suppression. They first picked this Kaja, though. Was it worth it to allow the Navaria and the Arlot combination to come into play? Now, we kind of mentioned both of these teams took a loss so far in the group stage B for the Naba, and they need a victory, right? There's, what, 3 games in the group stage, and then 2 teams with the highest points will move on to the upper bracket, and the 2 teams with the lower points are going to move on to the lower bracket. So this is a very big game for both of these teams needing a victory, and this may be one of the games that's a deciding factor on which one of them will move forward in the upper bracket.
That is true. That is true. And one thing I gotta point out is they banned the Hellcurt. What a Hellcurt in my book right now would be a first pick potential. You know, like we've seen Hellcurt definitely make it through the strides here. So it's just interesting to me. Easy peasy picking up this Bane. They respond with a Farja. Tarzan maybe picking up a Fred. Drin. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah, time will tell. I mean, there goes the Fredrin picked up from Tarzan to solidify their draft for the side of the Simpsons, and a response back from Bloodhounds. They're going to be able to pick up this carry. Carry is a great answer to be able to soak in the damage on to the Fredrin, on to the Yuzong, but carry lacks mobility, and that may be a problem as Arvel does have this Kaja to be able to use that Divine Judgment, and nobody on their team has Purify, which means any Divine Judgment that goes out from Arvel is guaranteed CC and a possible pickoff for the Simpsons.
Yeah. Well, we'll definitely see what they can possibly do. I do like that they pick up the carry just because the team's going to be definitely building a little bit defensive here with the Yuzong. So the picks here are great. I think it could lean either way. I do think OSP has a better shot here at this point, but it is Bloodhounds that they're going up against here. Wheezy, take us off into game 1 of 1.
Yeah. Yeah, we're definitely, I believe this is match 4. Best of 1. 2 teams fighting it out right now. We are looking at, on the red side, the Bloodhounds, who did take a loss against Team ACE, going up against the Simpsons, who recently took a loss as well. And they need to find a way to turn this around. Both teams trying to take advantage of the group stage, move on to the upper brackets for the Naba Invitational. Who will be able to be victorious, right? We're looking at Bocarasco running his comfort pick, having this Navaria in his favor. Was that the right decision to let that walk, and Arvel picking up this Kaja? We're definitely waiting for that decision to be made, but on the XP lane, it's an interesting matchup indeed. We're looking at Uzi and Templis picking up the Yuzong and going up against the Arlot. Who will be able to claim victorious in the XP lane? And on the gold side, the carry, that late game damage dealer to be able to burst down even the beefiest composition, going against Melon on this Beatrix, who can scale through time.
It is true. We'll see what possibly can be played here. Boca getting kinda, we see an invade here happening on easy peasy. Tarzan really wants this as the Retry is still here, so they are kind of phasing him out. Easy peasy doesn't even attempt because the Retry's already gone. My guess, if I'm not mistaken, they probably fought over the lethal and then used the Retry to secure it, and Tarzan made the play to go in and invade onto Easy Peasy's buff here. So, I mean, that was a great decision, a macro play that can smell, you know, a little bit of a trouble for Easy Peasy, because I do believe the blue buff is kind of needed for that Bane. We'll have to see who makes the first play here and gets a first blood, as we're already almost 2 minutes in, and no one's really overcommitted. Here's a Farja hit a feathered airstrike
from the top lane, trying to find Tempest and Bocarasco, not able to hit the mark, but they are very low. Uzi waiting in the bush for the perfect chance for the dive. You can definitely smell their hunger for the kill. Turtle in play low. Aggro has been pulled from Tarzan. Looks like he may be able to get that uncontested. Astro Echo does connect onto Uzi, onto Coral World, does spot him out. Easy peasy, not even in position to contest on this objective, and Tarzan's going to be able to pick that up. Whoa, wait a minute! Bocarasco, the American sniper, this is why you don't let him pick up that Navaria, steals the turtle away from the Simpsons.
What a steal, as we see a first blood finally coming in here onto the bottom lane of Japanese Simple Man going down. Melon's able to secure that, but my God, Boca with the snipe, even snipes Cold World there, even while he's in the feathered airstrike. The ballsy man we got here in the mid lane.
Man, that dude is just making the impossible possible right now on this Navaria. This is what you say, like, sometimes comfortability is just as bad as meta, and he's both of them, right? He's comfortable and he's rocking a meta mage. So that's a 2-for-1 combo, and not to mention, we like to say with the Navaria, it's like having 2 junglers on your team, able to steal those neutral objectives. Then massive damage output from that Astro recall, that sniper that you just seen in effect, is able to kind of take objectives away from teams that try and use that retribution but are not quick enough. Speaking of being quick enough, Uzi is going to find Tempest with the assistance of Cold World on that feather airstrike for the top lane.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great secure there, utilizing the Black Dragon and able to do something about it. Boca now here, the rockets go off.
The rockets do go off. Boca checking that bush. He didn't connect, though. He didn't spot him out, but he was still aware that somebody was there. Now, Tarzan providing some amazing pressure. We saw him take that purple buff away from Easy Peasy, who's been having a little bit of a harder time catching back up, right? I mean, he's already under leveled compared to Tarzan, who is level 7 so far compared to his level 6. And it looks like they are going in trying to pick up some more kills on the board, leading by 2 so far and up by almost 1,000 gold.
Yeah, I mean, OSP is utilizing a lot of resources to kind of push Bloodhounds against the wall there, but nothing comes out of it. As we see the items, and Navaria picking up the clock. And I mean, we're not really seeing anything else besides the Hunter Strike picked up by the Yuzong here, but a play in mid lane. Cold World going down by Yureshi.
With the Flicker G Kondo and able to get out of there with style. Finds a kill and still alive with the majority of his HP in the middle of an enemy turret. And now the battle on the Turtle Pit. Arvel is going to go ahead and use Divine Judgment into the Vintage Rage from Melon, who is going to find a kill, take down Temple's Deadly Catch goes down. Retribution from Easy Peasy is going to claim this turtle. Tarzan is going to respond back from taking him down. Melon finds the kill as well. 2 members falling, 3 members off the board for the red side for Bloodhounds. Right now you're seeing Simpsons having a great game, taking that neutral objective and also, or not losing the neutral objective, but still opening up the map in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, we got to point out that the economic lead by the Simpsons. I mean, they're just controlling their lanes. They're doing, they're playing really well. I mean, Melon 3-0-1 right now, just kind of being a menace in the lane. That rocket launcher is just paying off, but we can't give up on Bloodhounds just yet. I feel like they could possibly change something around here. Maybe Yureshi on the show was a little bit of a trouble here. We normally see Yureshi in EXP lane and not in the side, as Uzi does fall against a 1v2 down here.
Yeah, and on the opposite side, you are going to see Melon picking up a kill. Is going to find Carry. Is going to burst him down for the Bloodhounds. Finds their backline ADC. And look at the sniper from Boca Roscoe. Man, that aim is just on point today. Not missing the mark, but it's not enough. They've only claimed 2 kills so far, 6 minutes in. You're looking at the side of the Simpsons. They have 3 times the amount of kills so far. And they're also taking all of these turrets. All the turrets, first turrets have been dropped down for each lane from Bloodhounds.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, we can see OSP really wants it. This feathered airstrike is coming off at all times.
And the flicker play with the way of the dragon. You're actually setting up Arvel. He is going to take him down as well. Uzi with the black dragon on the chase. May drop down with the Petrify. Does connect onto the backline. Finds Carry and finds the kill. Uzi, the menace. But Yureshi is going to shut him down after finding the marksman. But he was able to get a kill. But was it worth it, as you are slowly starting to see the map open up even more for the side of the Simpsons. Bloodhounds, even though they're able to take some of these neutral objectives, they're not really able to make a dent inside of the map or inside of any of the turrets for the Simpsons.
That is true. And I mean, that is what they... Oh my god! What a snipe! Boca once again getting a snipe. But they're going to possibly go for this neutral objective. At this point, I would possibly say that maybe securing a turret might be more beneficial, but they're going to continue to fight over this neutral objective, the turtle. And they don't know what they really want here, but Yureshi
is going to possibly go in, providing some great frontline presence. Tarzan is going to claim the turtle for the Simpsons. The conceal play has been called out from Arvel on the chase. Ringo Order connecting onto Yureshi, but nobody out there to be able to deal any more damage. They're able to claim yet another objective, but on the top side, it was traded as Templess is going to claim the turret.
There we go. That's what we needed to see by Bloodhounds. They're able to secure some turrets, but a Black Dragon coming out.
And the Divine Judgment onto Yureshi, and
wow,
not able to find the kill. 2 huge utilities burnt out for the side of the Simpsons. This is where the Bloodhounds needs to punish, right? They don't have the Divine Judgment. They don't have the Black Dragon. You need to take this fight, but they're going to play passive still, which means they're going to be able to get these ultimates back in their hands and be able to have another chance to possibly shut them down.
Yeah, I mean, they're making cool plays. I love that they did take a turret on that go. And now, I mean, they're just trying to hold out. I mean, we'll see. Yureshi hasn't really made a play that could catch Melon, and I feel like that's what they really need to do here. Melon picking up the BOD and Malefic Roar, 2 great weapons, and they don't have no physical defense on Bloodhounds. We see a conceal play on Temp.
is going to go out. Templess very close to that Divine Judgment. Does catch him. Petrify as well from Uzi. Is going to find the kill with the Furious Dive. That's one member falling. The XP lane for the side of Bloodhounds. And the tier 2 turret is going to fall. Melon going to pick it up for the Simpsons.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great play. I mean, they got a pick, and now this is the time that they're able to show even more pressure. Templess will be back for the Lord battle, but OSP's not going to stop pressuring. Oh, Yoreshi almost found Melon, but he wasn't able to here. Wheezy
is going to be punished. Immortality has been proc. Deadly Catch going out. Melon going to find Yoreshi. Unstoppable. And looks like they are going to now put in some pressure for the tier 2 turret for the mid lane. Venice Rage dropping down. Final slash from Templess. Trying to save this turret. But can he do it? Minions do fall, but so does Templess. Yoreshi picking up the kill.
Oka trying to get the snipe at Arvel.
Hey, that's what they say. Like when you ask your friend, would you take a bullet for me? That is what Arvel just did for his team member right there. Able to take that astral recall away from Bocarasco.
Yeah, Tarzan kind of baiting it here. Easy Peasy really wants to take this Lord, but he's kind of just holding and baiting until his team can get in to have a little bit of sets. Easy Peasy just knows that he can't go in. All ults are ready for both teams besides the Black Dragon by Uzi. The Lord did get reset it, and the bottom tower falls to minions, so it's looking like a little bit of a win from Bloodhounds here. If they can get the retry off, Wheezy, I think something might go down.
Yeah, something's definitely about to go down in town. Black Dragon dropping down. Melon gonna find Easy Peasy. Tarzan securing this Lord for the Simpsons. Melon with the double kill is gonna go ahead and find Easy Peasy and Templess side by side. Everything for the side of the Simpsons lining up. You're looking at Bloodhounds at a deficit right now. A Lord making his way in the mid lane. Not a luminous one though, so to be easily bursted down. This may be the chance though for the side of the Simpsons to claim an inhibitor turret.
It is, and you know, this Karina, or not Karina, the carry is not paying off here. And they're just having a hard time. The Lord is clashing and smacking away at this turret. They might be able to utilize this to crack in. Feathered Airstrike goes off, and they do crack into the base here. Lord falls, but super minions are gonna follow. And they use this to get another turret. I loved how they held out. And like, watch, now they're gonna utilize this time. Super minions are coming in. They're gonna collapse on this top turret. Can Bloodhounds stop this?
Yeah, I mean, that's the million-dollar question right now, right? How will Bloodhounds defend? I mean, they are losing pretty much in any way they can right now. I mean, it's already almost a 10,000 gold lead, but there goes away the Dragon. Huge setup from Yoreshi. Cold World very low. Melon gonna take down Easy Peasy. Carry gonna find a kill, find the marksman. Cold World is gonna fall in that process. A 2-for-1 trade. Yoreshi and Easy Peasy off the board for Cold World. Numbers are in the favor for the Simpsons to possibly close this out. They do have Melon. They have minions in the mid lane, which will be bursted down. But they're going to shift their focus to the inhibitor on the top side. Bocarasco trying to snipe them down. But down goes all inhibitor turrets, leaving only the base Crystal and 3 members of Bloodhounds to defend.
That was kind of a rough play by Bloodhounds there, you know? Like, they really are trying to catch Melon. Melon is 9-0-3, scaling so high. The highest level person on the team, by the way, before the jungle. So Melon needs to be shut down for Bloodhounds to even think about a comeback here. And I mean, they're gonna probably wait for this next Lord, but I don't know. I mean, the gold lead is almost 10K at this point. And that's rough for Bloodhounds. They need to play safe for the next 8 minutes.
Yeah, they definitely have to play a little passive right now. I mean, 13 minutes in, this is the thing with the new emblem system is games usually end around this time, right? That 13 to 15 minute mark. And right now, this is looking like the stage has been set for the Simpsons to possibly close this out. Bloodhounds does realize they are on the back end, though. They need this victory to be able to possibly move up to the upper bracket for the group stage of the Naba, as they need this victory. So you can definitely tell the hunger. They're starting to play a little bit more passive, but Easy Peasy. Bam, went into the wrong side, into the wrong lane, quickly bursted down by the 3-man team of the Simpsons, and he is the jungler, which means they don't have retribution.
Oh man, this is a rough game for Bloodhounds at this point. I don't know if it's maybe because Yureshi came in, that maybe the synergy's off. Oka's just kind of not hitting hard enough with this at this while the late game's coming in. You know, the Navaria is just kind of falling off. There's not too many people that they can catch. Can't get past Arvel. Tarzan built tanky, and I mean Uzi's just everywhere with this Black Dragon. So I don't know if Bloodhounds can defend this last Lord coming down the middle lane here, Wheezy. I feel like this is going to be do or die for Bloodhounds.
Yeah, definitely do or die. Battle of the Greats on the way as you are looking at the Simpsons closing into the base for the Bloodhounds. Tarzan gonna go ahead and soak up that damage. Melon is gonna find easy peasy. You're gonna see Bokarosco sniping from afar. Uzi is gonna find Templest, but look at the base crystal.
Jeez.
That is all she wrote. GG's as the Simpsons is gonna take down Bloodhounds and claim their point one step closer to the upper bracket.
Yep, one step closer. I mean, they're 1-1. Bloodhounds is 0-2. Looking a little rough for Bloodhounds. I mean, Boca doing really well. It was just kind of the golden lane that was having a problem here. I mean, Melon, 11-0-4. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, it was a fun game to watch, but like the Simpsons definitely just had the objectives a little bit tighter. The micro and macro was just a little bit smoother. You did make that that remark about Yureshi stepping in there last minute, the new addition to the Bloodhounds, at least for the Naba Invitational. And was that the thing that kind of threw off their synergy from what we last seen when they were going up against Team Ace? Because even in Team Ace, they took a loss, right? They almost closed it out, but at the last minute, they fell a little short, and Team Ace was able to claim that win. And so that means so far, out of all 3 games that can be played for the Group Stage B, 2 of them have been lost for Bloodhounds right now, which means I think it's safe to say, I believe if they only have 3 games, that means they're going to the lower bracket. And back in action, guys. Appreciate y'all, everybody tuning in across the land of Dawn, between the Wheezy and the Ico experience. Yeah, that was good. So next up, guys, we have Bloodhounds and BTK. They're going to be going up head to head.
I was inviting everybody at BTK. They were like spamming me for invites.
Yeah, so they're next. And then after that is going to be Bloodhounds up against the Ohio Brothers, led by Hoon. So this will be the first time in the Naba Invitational that we get to see the Ohio Brothers fight it out. So that'll definitely be something fun to watch. Definitely stay tuned as well. But looks like they're already in the lobby.
They got rid of Basic. Basic's out.
Who do they replace him with, though? Is that ISO?
It has to be ISO.
Okay. So it looks like ISO did take Basic's spot. I mean, right now, BTK is undefeated, guys. So
or maybe that, I don't know.
Maybe they're trying new players out prior to the NACT. I don't know. Their names do not match what they used to be. So it could be ISO. It could not be. But it looks like it's a picture of an eye from Demon Slayer. That's what that looks like it's from. So I'm assuming, I don't know, maybe that's ISO. It's not T. It is. It's not T because they still have chicken in there, so I don't think it'll be T.
That'd be crazy.
They're just throwing everything in there. Where's Cardi at, man? I wonder if Cardi's going to compete. What team is he going to be on? I think it's one of the things I've been, because he did step into the Cyberpunk, but that was the last time I seen him. I don't know if anybody's been catching his streams or not, but maybe y'all have some insight out there on if you guys think Cardi will step into the professional scene again.
Who knows? Who knows? I talked to Cardi personally. I was just chilling out in the BTK chat, and he popped in, and he was just saying what's up and everything. And I think he's just kind of going through some life things and changing and stuff like that. And hopefully, for the best. It seemed like he was doing some good stuff. So we'll see. I think it is ISO, especially since they swapped.
All right, looks like we're jumping into streamed by Nami, right? Nami is streaming Group A for anybody that wants to watch Group A, I believe. But we're going to jump into it, guys, not waste any more time. The next match is on the way. We are looking at Game 5 today. This is going to be Bloodhounds up against BTK. That is T?
Apparently that is T.
Oh, okay. So
Huh.
they're just having fun then right now. They're just letting everybody get a little piece of the cake.
Okay.
BTK.
All right. You just dissing bloodhounds like that. No. Yeah, I mean, full BTK. Who's gonna be the gold lane? Is it gonna be Zane? I don't know.
I mean, you never know. I mean, I like seeing this though. I mean, BTK is stacked, bro. Like, if you look at their squad, I'm pretty sure they're full 9 out of 9. And like I said, they have enough members on that team to split it in two and still possibly be one of the best teams in North America. So, I mean, it's looking really strong right now for the BTK wave. All those fans out there, your team's definitely looking great. Bloodhounds, they need a win, but against BTK, man, I'm not gonna lie, it's definitely gonna be something hard to pull off. I mean, they're undefeated so far, but something that may be in their favor is they don't have a true position gold lane with what they're running right now, because I mean, Zane's gonna run the jungle, Chicken and T are gonna battle over who takes that XP. One of them are gonna rotate to the gold lane.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be an interesting decision. BTK already knowing to get rid of the Navaria, even though the Navaria has been, you know, doing a decent amount of damage, just not really much of a key playmaker at this point, you know, like can get really good vision, but unless you can execute something, it's hard. It's hard, right? So from Bloodhounds, I think they really need to focus on damage dealers. They got rid of a Roth. Maybe they're gonna attempt to try to first pick an Esmeralda.
I think they were gonna run a 1-3-1. To be honest with you, I think maybe they're expecting BTK to pull out the Dyroth and the Esmeralda on their side, put the Esme in the gold lane, put the Dyroth into XP. I mean, that's something that we have seen, and then Zane run possibly Yisun Shin or a Granger. That's what I'm guessing, right? I mean, when I see the Dyroth ban this early, that is one of the things that's been implemented with this new emblem system, is the 1-3-1 coming back into effect. That could be the guess from the Bloodhounds. And you know what? It actually makes sense. And here's why. They have Chicken and they have T. 2 XP laners. So they're guessing that BTK is going to pull out the 1-3-1 composition.
That's interesting, you know? And I mean, if BTK does this right, you know, like if they sub players in in a tournament like this, can they do this and change up the tide and, like, you know, make people make mistakes like this, you know? Like a 1-3-1 would be absolutely crazy to see. I would love it. So we'll see. Kufra's gone, Dyroth is gone, Kaja is gone, so maybe we'll see Joy Bosch's Franco.
Now, I mean, the 1-3-1 is still possible. I just don't know if they'll pull it off. I mean, you could still even slot in an Alice in the gold lane. It's been kind of making a sneak peek over there. So I'm really curious to see how they pull this off. I mean, T is now in effect. They did take away Basic for this game. Basic did play the first 2 matches. BTK has been undefeated so far. Bloodhounds, opposite side of the table, they've taken 2 losses, right? They lost to the Simpsons, and they also lost to Team ACE so far today. So they definitely need to find a way to claim a victory. But I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, it's 3 games that they play, and out of those 3 points, you have to at least get 2 of them to move up to the upper bracket. So I'm pretty sure, regardless, they're going to be dropped down to the lower bracket for the tournament. But they're going to try and deny that 1-3-1 as much as possible. They took out the Dyroth. They're going to go ahead and slot in this Esmeralda.
Yeah, this is what I suspected. Esmeralda was going to be the first pick just because the Dyroth was banned. But I mean, that does kind of leave open Xborg. I don't know if they'll possibly pull out an Xborg. Zane might. So we'll see kind of what's going down. But Kadita is open. Do they still go for the Valentina? I feel like a lot of people are still sleeping on Valentina. I feel like she's still a very good mage, even though they're not on the ban list. And they do pick up both the Grok and the Valentina. Let's see what they do to respond here. I want to see what Bloodhounds has in their pocket.
Well, BTK is one of those teams that definitely can draft 3-dimensional. I mean, you pick up the Grok. You don't even know if the Grok's going to be the roam right now, right? He can still be slotted in the XP lane. You can give him the Chicken. You can give him the T. Both of them can play him as well as anybody else can at that caliber. Alongside Joy Bosch, who can also be a menace. I don't even know out of all 3 of them who could play him the best. I mean, all of them are like some of the greatest players in North America. Easy peasy though. He is going to opt in for a little bit of that true damage. Is going to go in for this X-Borg in the jungle.
Yeah, see, I was actually thinking the X-Borg would be picked up by BTK, but Bloodhounds was able to secure that. I think it's going to be interesting. They do go with the carry. I think that I just don't know. I haven't seen carry shine enough in this current meta. Let's see if BH can definitely make her shine. I feel like that's what they have to do. By Mlbb, Zane picks out the one and the only Alpha.
Now, this is still an interesting thing because, I mean, these heroes can be shifted into other positions, especially with Chicken and T on the table. So even if the draft doesn't work out in their favor, they can always rotate the Alpha to the XP lane. I mean, you could probably even put the Alpha and the Gold on the 1-3-1 and make it work, right? But when we're looking at Bloodhounds, they're going in for a composition expecting a 1-3-1. This is why they're going in for the X-Borg, right? They want that true damage to kind of burst into those tankier compositions, and then not to mention the carry as well. And the Esmeralda, who kind of thrives with heroes that kind of build that shield, build that defense, can take it away from them and use it against them. So that's what they were baiting on, was a 1-3-1 composition. But it was a little early to show these cards, and I think this is where BTK can kind of switch it around. They don't have to run the 1-3-1 if they don't want to, right? I mean, that's what you would kind of expect when you see two people on their team known to run that fighter position. But they can definitely still run a marksman. So I feel like they're showing some of these cards a little too early, and that may bite them on the later half of this draft.
The southern seas are my
Yeah,
domain.
it is true. It is true. Getting rid of the Beatrix. Huh. Kadita gone. They know they need a mage. Do they still do the 3-1 combo? I know Joy Baj, the infamous Grok Rome, was kind of what won them the NACT. You know, with the combination of Zane, the whole team of BTK showing out. So I want to see what they do here with the Grok. You know, I think it's a good pick. Esmeralda can get over the walls and get around the walls. So a little crazy. They do get rid of the Arlot because they're still unsure on what BTK is planning.
They're going to pick a marksman. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense to run the 1-3-1 here, especially with the tank burst of comfortability or comfortability that Bloodhounds is drawn in with this composition. Like, you don't favor much with the 1-3-1 here. So I think Chicken is going to slot a marksman in here. It would definitely be a little bit better. Somebody that can kind of burst down the beefiness that we're seeing so far. I mean, you have the Esmeralda. You also have the X-Borg, two people that you're going to need to soak into that shield with. But he is going to go in for this Uranus. So I'm wondering if the last pick is going to be saved for them. I mean, this is fine, right? So this is going to confirm that the Grok is the Rome, which means the Uranus is going to go up against Esmeralda. They're pretty much like yin and yang, right? They both have sustainability. Neither of them beat each other in that lane. It really just boils down to the player able to execute a little bit better. So I do think that last position for T, he is going to slot in a marksman, maybe swap it with Chicken, or maybe he'll run the marksman himself. But on the side of Bloodhounds, Bokarosco may be picking up this artillery mage, and something we haven't seen too often, Yureshi hovering over this Ruby.
The hunt begins.
Wow. I mean, they needed some type of set capability, and they're going to play a Rome Ruby at this point. Or crazy thoughts, maybe Esmeralda Rome. Who knows? I feel like it's a crazy thought, but I don't know. What is going on here?
Looks like dude, if they do this 1-3-1, I mean, they don't profit as much. I guess they have the high mechanics to be able to pull it off, but Mincy Gold Lane can be a possible option and has been making a comeback so far with recent emblem changes and the new season. It can be a viable option, but I don't know. Would you not rather just have a marksman in that position, but maybe he's just more comfortable with his gameplay and his play style? T is going to go ahead and lock up this Minzathar for the gold lane.
Wow. Interesting. I want to see it. I think it's going to be a good time. Again, this is, if there's any time to practice and train and maybe try some things, it's definitely here in the NABA. Also, BTK is 2-0 right now, so no biggie, right? No foul play. I mean, this is something that they're attempting to do, and I like it.
Now, I will say one thing with this composition for BTK. I would have much rather seen Zane. If they were going to run a 1-3-1, I would have loved to see him run a Yi Sun Shin, a Granger, a marksman because they're going to lack push potential with this composition, right? They're full frontline damage. I mean, even the Valentina is frontline. Yes, you can take the Feathered Airstrike away from Bocarasco on this Farza, but when you don't have that Feathered Airstrike, like, you're going to be playing up close and personal. You're jumping into a carry who definitely has a lot of that CC that I'm offended to grab you up with that hook. But it's going to be an interesting match. One thing working for BTK's favor is they're undefeated so far, as we are currently watching Naba Invitational Group Stage B. And this is Bloodhounds going up against BTK.
Yeah, this is going to be a great fight. One thing I do have to point out is X-Borg is kind of a little bit of a, you know, a stopper to Alpha, you know, a counter, if I do say so. So it's going to be an interesting play here. Can easy peasy do anything to stop the one and only Mlbb Zane? It's interesting. I want to see kind of what this 1-3-1 combo works out here. Sleeps, I feel like if Sleeps on Bloodhound can scale, we might see BTK have a little bit of a trouble, but Yato giving a lot of pressure to Boca, having to pop that regen early.
Yeah, he's going to make him pop that regen early. Zane rotating to the bottom side. Does have that level 4. Alpha charge will be in effect. So you got to watch out. I mean, one thing working in BTK's favor is they have a lot of CC, right? They're riding on the CC train right now, and you don't want to get jumbled in between that. But I feel like Bloodhounds won this draft. I mean, they have answers all across the board, right? You have the X-Borg who can counter the Alpha. Speaking of the Alpha, rushing in. Alpha charge onto Reshi is going to sustain himself. He baited out all of their utility right there. Still 20 seconds into the lore, so they will be able to get those ultimates back in time. But I feel like the later this game goes, the harder time BTK will have to close this out. They need to be able to finish this out nice and early.
Nice and early. I do like that we see Mlbb Zane going with the sustain emblem. So I feel like he's going to be tanky when it comes into this like early game. First turtle is on the rise. Let's see who gets it. Yureshi's still level 2. Fried Chicken's almost level 4. Zones out Bloodhounds. They don't attempt to take it. Wow. Templess in a little bit of a pickle here, but I don't think much is going to come out of it. Yato really wants it, though. The Falling Star Moon.
Oh, but they're in the middle of that turret. Going to start taking damage.
They are.
They're not careful. Templess very low. Yureshi now joining the fight. He is still alive, though. Now, they do have the dive capability. With how sustainable their team is, you got to watch out. They can definitely stampede through a solo hero in a lane if you're not careful. But I think we got to keep our eyes on Sleeps, right? He's running this carry. The later this match goes, those core items are going to come into effect, and he's going to be able to burst them down. That Demon Hunter Sword, that Corrosion Sight, that Golden Staff, all of those problems that can kind of punish BTK for this 1-3-1 composition. And they don't have the push potential to be able to close this game out since they lack an actual marksman.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting play since they're lacking a marksman, but they're still controlling the map, you know? I mean, they're almost 1,000 gold up, and they're going to keep this lead going. 4 of them already showing a lot of pressure on Sleep. Sleep is going to fall here.
Yeah, there's no way he's getting out of that. I mean, look at all that damage. Look at the sustainability. And, you know, you're kind of wondering, why did Yureshi leave Sleeps alone in that lane? I mean, if I'm seeing all fighters that can dive at turret with that sustainable composition, I'm babysitting my marksman all game.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think about it, too. Like, how they had no vision over the map. Like, the first thing you want to do is not jump out there. Easy peasy, though.
He's going to get caught out. You're going to see Yato pick up that kill. Down he goes. 2 kills so far for the Bloodthirsty Kings.
Oh my god. The timing on Zane, knowing that the purple buff is already up, steals the buff. The scaling high now, Weezy.
You are going to see that I'm offended. It hit Yato, but Yureshi had nobody to deal damage. Yato going to find a kill. Is going to find Templess on the Esmeralda. BTK just having a really easy game so far. They're able to take the turret on the bottom side, too. That is going to be T picking that up in the gold lane with the Mizithar.
Yeah, I mean, right now it just seems like BTK is just pushing Bloodhounds against a wall at every opportunity they can. And Bloodhounds is just kind of I don't know if they're scared or what's going down, but they just don't have the momentum to be able to keep back the pressure of BTK. As Joy Box looks like he's looking for something. Your Reshi's there. BTK. Oh.
On the chase, and the Spirit Glory going to connect. Vistar going to pick up that kill. T kind of trying to spike his KDA right now, 1-0-1, but he was able to take that turret on the bottom side as well, creating a good advantage for the Bloodthirsty Kings. The chase on the Tempest. Zane going to shift his focus onto this turret. Pride is going to go ahead and zone out Tempest from even defending. Easy peasy trying to get in there, but look at the damage. We said the X-Borg countered the Alpha, but it's looking like the Alpha is countering the X-Borg.
At this point, it is. I mean, we're looking at almost a 5K gold lead in almost the 6-minute mark here. And I mean, it's just, they're not having a good time. The gold's down on the gold. The wall charge comes out.
And you are going to see both teams still fighting it out. Another turret does fall in the process, though. And right now, both teams, no, the turret didn't fall. Sleeps actually fell in the mid lane. Thought it was a turret. He fell so quickly. And that is the marksman falling for the Bloodhounds. Not having a great time, right? We were looking at Sleeps. We're like, he is the tank burster, right? He needs to be able to deal damage to this frontline composition, but he's died 3 times so far in the last 6 minutes. But fight on the way. Joyboss caught with the Offended. Sleeps finally picking up his first kill. This is the start that he needs, but he has to keep up this momentum if they do want to kind of stop BTK on this aggressive playstyle.
Definitely. And they might fall into the trap there.
Ooh, I'm offended from Yato. He's going to grab your Reshi, use his ultimate against him. Not going to be able to find a kill, though, so far. But BTK leading the way so far in this match.
Yeah, definitely leading the way. And we're kind of taking a look at some of the items now. Bloodhound's definitely lacking here. I mean, they don't have many core items. You got the Bloodless Axe, and you have the Clock of Destiny, Corrosive Scythe, but BTK just has more items, more gold, and we might see something. Nah, BTK is going to definitely back out here, as Esmeralda definitely giving a little bit of pressure up in that top lane, but Zane wants more.
Yeah, Zane is hungry right now, right? I mean, he wants to pick up some more kills. He doesn't want anybody else on his team to get that MVP. It's a race to who can be that most valuable player. But right now, you are looking at Sleeps trying to find some answers, right? He is running this carry. Easy peasy does have this X-Borg for that true damage, but they're not able to really get comfortable this entire game. You've been seeing them just rotating around, trying to patch up their cuts with some bandages, but they're just not fitting with these wounds that BTK is inflicting so far. And BTK is not going to give them any room to patch up. They're still putting the pressure in their jungle. I mean, just look at the pressure. They're going to proxy the lane on the top side and take the turret with no problem.
No problem at all. And BTK is they still want more. 63 seconds till the next Lord, so they have enough time to maybe make something happen here.
Ooh, and there goes the I'm offended. The wild charge from Joyboss, though. Templess is going to take him down. Zane going to find Templess to respond. Easy peasy. Still holding on to that Faraga armor. Is going to use the last insanity. Finds Zane. Bokarosco is going to be the one that takes him down, though. Yato is going to take down Bokarosco. You take down my jungler. Well, I'll take you down as well. Both sides losing some members on the table. 2 to be exact. Sleep still trying to defend, though. The flicker in from Yato. A greedy play, but able to secure a kill. But he is going to fall in the process. Both of them able to take down each other with the assistance of that inhibitor turret.
Yeah, but, I mean, it's a good shutdown. I mean, that's a little bit of an extra gold into BH's pocket, but I don't know if it's going to be enough at this point. 15 seconds again to the next Lord. We're just seeing it, man. I mean, even being a Mensasar in the gold lane, it's a 1,300 gold difference. And then even looking at jungles, I mean, we're looking at almost like 2,400 gold difference there. So, I mean, it's just tough at this point. BH really just needs to hunker down and then Savai's Templess trying to make something here.
He's going to try and possibly get a pick off. Oh my goodness, a double! Pullback with Spirit Glory. Chicken is going to find the kill, finds Templess. Feather Airstrike does drop down from Bokarosco, but Chicken is going to pick up a double. He's going to find Yureshi. This just should be illegal. You cannot put Chicken and T on the same team and let them run a 1-3-1 composition. Zane is going to claim the Lord off screen in the midst of all this chaos.
Oh, Golly. I mean, it's definitely been chaotic. That double catch on the spear was insane. I mean, they're just having fun at this point. Chicken's just diving in at every opportunity. He's just playing such a sustainable hero that they really can't do anything to sleep, but I'm offended.
Gonna come in, Spirit Glory as well. Alpha charge from Zane finds Hareshi. One member falling for the Bloodhounds. Lord making his way into the mid lane. Sitting 5 strong. Bloodhounds may be able to crack open this inhibitor, may be able to take this game. Sleeps very low. The Terrify connects. He is gonna be able to make it back to the base. Zane is gonna crack open the inhibitor. Alpha charge does connect onto Bokarasco. Very low. Goes back to the base for some regen. Last Insanity as a last hope from Easy Peasy. Able to take down this Lord to about 50% HP. Easy Peasy very low though. Is gonna make his way back to the base. Stack up the Faraga armor, but down goes the Lord. And BTK now has to push out of the base for the Bloodhounds, but Chicken still in play. Zane jumps in. A greedy play from North America's #1 jungler. He is gonna fall. You are looking at the inhibitor still dropping though. Top side does fall. Bloodhounds trying to defend, trying to pass the bleeding, but do they need to play a little bit more passive? They're making their way out of the base. They definitely have the numbers, but they don't have the items in the economy to be able to win this fight, and they are now going to shift their focus on to defending their base.
This is what I say. I think Chicken just baited Zane right there. Chicken stayed there, and then Zane was like, all right, man, I'll come in and help, and then ends up taking the bullet for Chicken, and Chicken just walks away. I feel like at the end of the day, like, they were definitely laughing at that point. But this gives a little bit of breathing room for BH. They want to make a play. They need to stick together. Maybe catch one of BTK off guard. Maybe catch Yato here. Or maybe Keyboy. They just need something at this point. I mean, taking down Zane was a good go. But, I mean, you have no towers. The gold difference is essentially 10k. It's kind of hard. I mean, BH is again for the second time gonna have to hunker down for 8 minutes. I mean, they do have Boka on the Farja, which is a good hero to defend on, but
Two-time offended for the double set. Feather airstrike from Bokarasco trying to drop down some artillery. Last Insanity going out. Sleeps is going to find Zane. Is this a turnaround that they needed? Yoreshi very low.
They need to get out.
Chicken on the chase. You are going to see Yato dealing some damage from afar. Here comes T. Not going to connect.
They all survived.
All are going to survive, make their way back to the base. They're able to find Zane, which means they don't have their junglers. 6 seconds until this Luminous Lord spawns in.
If they can get this Lord here, this might be a time. Oh! What a flicker and a feathered airstrike. I think this gives BH enough breathing room to maybe take the Lord here. We'll see. Zane's up in 1 minute. Can they damage this Lord enough?
Yeah, that's right. Zane is going to spawn in now, making his way, rushing, trying to get to this Lord. Huge wild charge! The knock-up onto the Bloodhounds. You're going to find some kills on the way. Sleep is going to find Vincent Thar. Tip is going to find Joy Bosch. Man, you're looking at Zane and Chicken still in play, though. They are going to go for this Lord. They're missing everybody else on their team. Still 4 members intact for the Bloodhounds. Do they still go for this objective? I mean, they still have the jungler.
Oh
Easy peasy can hit this retribution. It shows the confidence. This is a 2-man army. Zane and Chicken against the world. Down goes the last Insanity. Zane going to use the Alpha Charge to dodge it. Doesn't do any damage to him. The Terrifier is Yato joins the fight. Templess trying to escape Zane on the chase as well. Yoreshi very low. Chicken harassing him, forcing him back to the base to conceal play for the movement speed boost. Yoreshi is going to be able to slide out of there on some skates, but this is going to open up the opportunity for BTK to take this Lord. And that was Zane and Chicken, the dynamic duo going against pretty much the full team of Bloodhounds for at least 20 seconds before they had any backup, and they were able to pull it off and take this Lord.
What a dynamic duo. I don't think you could have said it any better there, Weezy. That was great. Zane, Chicken, holding off all of BH. I mean, a 10k gold lead-ish. It's not now, but still, it was a great attempt by BH. I feel like they just don't have enough damage at this point. Carry is fully loaded. Needs to really sell those steel legs to maybe get more damage on the board as we see a lot of attack speed, but BTK is looking to end it right here.
right? Looking to deal the final blow. Look at the inhibitor turret. Down it goes. Only the base crystal. All 5 members of Bloodhounds trying to fend off the full team of the Bloodthirsty Kings. The 1-3-1 combination. Fried Chicken fighting alongside T. Who would have thought we would have seen it? Templess very low. Feather airstrike from Bokarosco for the zone's control. Zane is going to take down Templess. Look at the Lord. Maybe bursted down, but Fried Chicken is going to find sleep. Gets the backline. Bokarosco takes out Minsathar. The base crystal at 50%. Easy peasy. Back for some regen. Zane need to get out of the base, take some damage, but look at the base crystal. The minions overwhelming BTK with the 1-3-1 combination is going to claim victorious, shuts down the Bloodhounds.
Wow. I mean, that was a great game. I mean, it was kind of one-sided, but Bloodhounds went down swinging. You know, Sleeps kind of lacked there. I mean, they just didn't have enough damage in the end. The only CC that they really did have was Yoreshi, and it wasn't too much of a CC, to be honest. So, again, it was a great fight by Bloodhounds. Kind of looking at some of these team fights. I mean, both teams, Bloodhounds was in every team fight they possibly could be in. They were too far behind economically to catch up. And again, BTK was just, I mean, look at the damage. I mean, 26% by Zane, 30 by Chicken, and Yato at 27. Everybody was dealing damage, and the Minsathar looks like kind of went tankish, you know? But again, Chicken took the most damage once again.
I mean, yo, these teams got me sweating, man. I had to take a break real quick. Oh man, I'm gonna lose my. I can't do this again, G. All right, I don't think I'll have the voice for it after all that. I mean, dude, that was Chicken and T side by side on a 1-3-1 composition. I mean, if I had to pull out 2 XP laners to pull that off, and I had to choose between every player in North America, like they would definitely be some of my top options. So, I mean, maybe throw Yoreshi in there and see how that goes. Eventually, that'd be cool too. But dude, this is a super team in the making, right? I mean, if they all stay on BTK, whoo, fellas.
I mean,
a lot of these teams are going to be in trouble for the NACT fall season.
It also gives like the team a dynamic that we've never seen from other teams, right? You know, like you don't really ever see teams swap out their main lineup, you know, and that could be something that they have in their back pocket if they ever feel like they're backed against a wall and they need to do something. Maybe they swap out their gold lane. Of course, they're going to maybe be able to anticipate that, but could, you know, make waves like we just seen here.
Yeah, man. I'm still trying to process all this, G. I mean, yo, BTK just went undefeated, guys. They won every single game today. They took down the Bloodhounds. They took down Team ACE, and they took down the Simpsons. All of them pretty much one-sided stories, right? So Zane has been practicing. He didn't let his foot off the gas since the NACT spring season, and he's only improved from there. And not only has he improved, but he's stacked up his roster. I mean, he's turning into the king of Mobile Legends Bang Bang, and I don't know if there's anybody that can stop this man. I mean, look at this roster. Who's gonna shut him down? I mean, the Valley, they just disbanded, right? I mean, you've seen Basic trying to join BTK right now, so I don't know what else to tell you. Like, who's gonna shut them down?
He's like, I mean, planting the seed. Planting the seed to try to get in.
So I mean, the only other team out there right now that we haven't really seen yet, but we will see right now, is the Ohio brothers, right? We're gonna see the Ohio brothers sneak in here. They're gonna be playing up next. So this is the other team that I've been kind of trying to check out. Do we got to switch lobbies?
Yeah. I don't know. Is Faithful you in here?
May have to switch lobbies, guys. But yeah, this is not NACT. This is the Naba, the North American Battle Arena. And right now we're seeing it's an invitational. So they invited the top 8 teams based on talent into this event for everybody to sit back and enjoy prior to the NACT fall season. So, whoo, man, that was I didn't wake up today thinking I'd be able to cast a game with Fried Chicken and T running a 1-3-1.
I mean, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was
pretty crazy.
So we got to back out of this lobby, G?
I do think so. We got Faithful. Are you here? Or you're muted? Can you? Can we get in the TOB lobby?
Oh man, that was crazy.
Let me message him. My cat's over here like attacking me.
Is the NACT held on an offline stage? The grand finals will be, but no, not the regular season. It'll be webcam series, kind of like what we're doing right now. So, yeah, we got to make G the cameraman again. Pound sign, make the cameras great again.
I think I might be able to actually stream the NACT this time around though. So I think that's gonna be awesome. You know, because I feel like that's just one thing that a lot of my fans and community were missing. So see, dude, this cat wants it, dude.
Will BTK be facing the Ohio brothers since they are in a different group? No, not right now, but in the regular after group stage, yeah, it's a possibility. I don't know. I'd have to look at the bracket. But right now, they're not going to be going up against them. The Ohio brothers are going to be facing up against Black Odyssey. So that's.
I think they're already in game, so we might be in a team ACE and OSP game.
Okay, so we'll just watch that one instead. Dang, I wanted to see them as well. I wanted to see them. That would have been that's the only team that we haven't been able to catch so far. I don't know. Have you been able to catch any of the Ohio brother games, G?
I haven't.
Maybe his cat has. I bet you his cat is like knows more Mobile Legends than all of us right now. What's your cat's name?
This is Charmella.
Charmella. That sounds like a Mobile Legends hero. That's awesome though. Oh, she's huge. It's a girl.
Yeah.
Dude, I got something. I got something for you too. I got something to match that. I'll be right back. Okay. I'm gonna move myself from the camera. Oh, not you from the camera. I'll move myself. BRB.
All right, it's just me and Charmella here. Carmella. She's a feisty one, man. She likes fighting me. She likes sitting on the desk and sitting on my keyboard and thinks she's like the queen. She definitely makes sure. I'm trying to see TOB beat Endables. Oh shoot! No way.
Hold on, don't spoil it. They can't see it yet. Did you see it? Oh, you did.
No, I can't see it. Oh. No.
Oh, you're reading something.
I was looking at this other thing. Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, man.
Those are the little doggies, right? That you had.
Yeah, my dog.
Were you able to sell them all?
I've got a lot of offers. I mean, they're still not old enough for me to be able to. Oh yeah.
That little guy's just chilling. He don't know what's going on. He's like, hey. Not even fighting it. He's just like, okay, I'm being held. He's adorable.
Growling. Yeah, he's a miniature poodle. He's pure golden. Yeah, he's guys, he's young. Dang. He's like 6 weeks so far. He's my biggest though. He's small too, right? He's the biggest boy. Yeah, I had 2 boys and 6 girls. Crazy, right?
Dang.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I could bring them all in here. We got time if y'all want to. Somebody said, looks like fried chicken. What in the world?
Oh, man.
You're calling fried chicken adorable?
Oh,
man. These dogs are adorable, you know? This one's a boy. This one's a boy.
Chicken.
This one's a boy. Oh,
my
man,
God.
that's funny. Yeah, we got all. I have like 8 puppies sitting in my house right now, and then I have the parents as well, so that's 10 dogs. And I bet you G still has more animals in his house. Oh man, that's funny.
I do have to. I can see. Let me send you this link because this might be something maybe you want to throw up on the screen while we're kind of just waiting.
Okay, let me go put him back up, and then I'll throw that up.
All right.
I'll be right back.
My cat's like laying on my keyboard. You're clicking stuff. All right. Now that I got the cat not clicking stuff on my keyboard. Little pupper got same hair as Wheezy. It was a cute doggy, right? It was gonna be TOB, but we weren't. I think it's already playing. That's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show the standings here. I sent the link to Wheezy. Wheezy's kind of like controlling everything right now. He's the production man right now. So I can't like throw anything up or anything like that. It's all on Wheezy. He's kind of streaming to all my channels for me at this point. It was the easiest way to get us both on camera and be able to watch the same game and give you guys quality content, you know. M5. You wish. You see it? The M3. Like, I don't know which way I'm going. It's like the opposite right there. Bam. It's also like slightly delayed. I don't know which hand's what. I'm like reversed. I sent you like the current standings.
Oh, okay.
If you're here.
Yeah,
if you want to plop that up on the screen, we can kind of look at what happened because there's something pretty interesting.
Yep, let's go ahead and get that going. I'll pop it up here for us. Let me put us back over here. G's arms are too big, so I gotta adjust to his
My camera's wide now.
Yeah, I gotta adjust to his strong physique. All right, so you said you sent me something on Discord to post up?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a look.
Yep. It's the current standings for Group A and Group
okay,
B.
okay. So web page. Okay.
Yep.
I'll throw that over here. Let me throw this on the screen. Guys, you wanna know a funny story? You know me and G used to be neighbors, bro? Isn't that crazy? Oh wait, hold on.
Small world, man. Small world.
Yeah, small world indeed. All right, here it goes.
Here we go.
All right.
It's probably easier to. This is actually pretty easy to look to, but the one thing I wanted to point out is that TOB actually has a loss. So I'm not quite sure who's in their main roster, but they lost to the Empire.
Let me make this smaller.
So the Empire's won all three. So the Empire's looking pretty good right now.
So that's for Group A so far. I mean, it's the Empire, the Ohio Brothers. Endables took the place of the Valley since they disbanded. Then you got Black Odyssey's been struggling in there, man. Sheesh, they need to win.
Loss. If you click on the tab that says matches, it gives you like more of an actual like who they win against and who took the dub.
Here we go.
It's TOB versus Black Odyssey right now, and that's actually going down right now. So Empire beat Endables. Endables lost to TOB. Endables beat Black Odyssey. Empire beat TOB. And Empire beat Black Odyssey. So Empire's looking like they're winning.
Yeah, I mean, and Empire, they hit top 4? Was it? Did they hit? No, yeah, they took. Did they take top 4 against the spring season? It was. I think they took it away from the revamped Gosu team. What was the revamped Gosu team's name again? It was
Fallout.
Yeah, Fallout. They took it away from Fallout.
Fallout. Yeah.
Yeah, the Empire. I'm pretty sure they got top 4 based off of series wins.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a really good team. They got who's it? They got Jordan, who was in the XP lane. I think they had Alex, who was running as their jungler. He was pretty solid as well. So I mean, they've definitely been grinding. I've been a fan of them. I think they're a really good team. So it's great to see them still sticking together. A lot of teams, when they don't win like that first or second place, man, they pop smoke. they get shuffled around. So looks like that's not the case this time around for North America. But there's a lot of new teams out there, man. A lot of revampage. I mean, I think the most stacked right now is BTK. Maybe after seeing that amazing Grand Slam of NACT Spring Season Grand Finals, it's the BTK wave again. So it's a great time for Mlbb Zane. I'll tell you that. His team is looking very strong. Very strong.
Yeah. He's definitely pulling it back again. That's for sure.
I wonder, has anybody heard any news on like Fallout or anything? Like, are they still a team?
I don't think they're still a team. I don't think I
haven't seen them. I haven't seen
many of them around. Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. I wanted to see them. What about Gosu? I mean, Gosu split. What happened to that? Maybe they'll make an appearance in ACT. Hopefully. I mean, I like seeing some of those household names kind of trickle back around. So
I think General's hitting like retirement zone now. Yeah.
Oh, really? Maybe. I mean, he's pretty well off. He's done a lot for the Mobile Legends scene. If he really wanted to, I guess. I mean, he could. Maybe General's planning some secret team that's just gonna blow everybody out the water, bro. Just wait on it. General's gonna take over.
BO versus TOB is already happening right now. Faithful's doing it. We're actually in the last game of tonight, which is Team ACE versus OSP, which is supposedly supposed to be a good game because I think TOB is just mopping the floor with Black Odyssey, is what I've heard.
Yeah, I mean, I would kind of expect that considering Black Odyssey hasn't won a single game. They have they've lost every single game so far, two games in a row. So BTK has the best record. I don't think anybody else is undefeated. Bloodhounds is 0-3 as well, though. 3 losses. So they're right up there with Black Odyssey. It's not really looking good for them. We definitely know both of those teams are going to the lower bracket, without a doubt. We know for sure BTK, they'll be up there in the upper bracket. ACE has a chance. If ACE can win against the Simpsons, or no, against the against the Simpsons in this game, then you could pretty much consider them in the upper bracket as well. But it's the same story for the Simpsons. Both of them have 1 win. Both of them have 1 loss. So this is going to be the deciding factor. Like we said, it was like, what, 3 games to decide who goes upper, who goes lower? So
yeah. OSP finally took 1, and then ACE finally took 1. So this is the game that makes it or breaks it on who gets the upper bracket or the lower bracket. It looks like all the teams are in there, but they're kind of debating on what server they're going to play.
I'm just glad I don't have to figure all this out. Usually I'm like the one trying to do the coin flip and everything.
All in the back.
So, yeah. And now G gets to relax because usually he's the one moving the camera.
I know. Like I'm just here chilling and casting, you know?
Yeah.
I'm actually normally in the NASL I was doing all of the production and stuff. So you're kind of me now.
Oh man. See, that's what happens when you live on the same street, you know? They just pick the next closest person.
I'm kind of wondering who's going to be the next cameraman and stuff. So all I know is this NACT is going to be big. The NAB, the Naba, you like to call it. I like to call it the NABA.
Oh, we're in.
Uh-oh. All right. Looks like we're in here now.
Yep, we are there. It looks like this is going to be the Simpsons going up against Team ACE. So either side needs this win to be able to move up to the upper bracket. Both teams have 1 win and 1 loss under their belt. We're looking at Mobile Wolf. He just recently went up against with his team. The last time they fought was BTK, and BTK shut him down. For the side of the Simpsons, the last time we seen them play, they were taking they took a victory over the Bloodhounds. So they're fresh off a win. Team ACE is fresh off a loss. Who will be able to claim the series and move up to the upper bracket?
I mean, that's a good question here, right? You know, but let's see what the team has. I want to see what they attempt to first pick here. You know, one thing we really haven't seen, Wheezy, is a Hellcurt. I kind of hope last game of the day that someone picks a Hellcurt. You know, like you've been seeing it, like you said, overseas played a lot, but it's not being picked and played in North America. A lot of people are just going with the comfort picks, and I kind of want to see them step out of their zone. Though I know NA does try to set their own standards, like we always do. But I'm kind of interested. Looks like Team ACE really doesn't want any suppressions on the field, so they get rid of both Kaja and Franco, kind of targeting the tank for the side of OSP.
Yeah, it looks like they're focusing on those roamers. I mean, you're looking at, even though first pick is in the favor of the Simpsons, they're taking out the Arlat. They're taking out the Navaria. Typically something you see the team on the second side of the draft take out. So it looks like they're going to go in more for those suppression heroes, which means they may be able to pick up an assassin. They can pick up that Hellcurt that we've been dying to see. I mean, it doesn't look like he's going to be banned in the first phase, but I mean, we've typically been seeing him be banned out in the second phase of the draft. So even if he doesn't get banned out here, I still think there's a chance for him not to be picked up this early.
I didn't cure the pain. Your team is
Yeah, I mean, our lot's been, I mean, another thing we haven't really seen a lot of, or even banned, is Joy. Not a lot of people are actually pulling that Joy out of the pocket. So that's also another interesting pick that is probably still open. We'll see what Team Ace decides to ban here. But I do think that from OSP, they really need to shut down Kool-Aid. And I'm not going to lie, Melon did really amazing last game. So I think the Goldling clash is going to be something we see in this game.
Yeah, that's something I'm excited to be able to watch so far. I mean, Kool-Aid has definitely been a threat. Cold World is going to lock in this Eve for the side of Team Ace. They are going to have that real-world manipulation. The Valentina is taken off the table, which means the only other artillery option that they can pick up is that Farza if they really want to. Now, sliding in Eve this early creates the opportunity for Team Ace to build a composition that could possibly dive into that backline.
Yep. And I mean, that's what we're going to have to see from Team Ace, right? Get some dive. We need some backline dive. Something that could be a possibility here is maybe picking up the Fairness just to have that second life. You could, in turn, maybe not this soon pick up a Diggy, but maybe a Diggy might be something that Team Ace is holding in their pocket. But I think they might go there, a Yuzong and a Bia. So there still could be a Diggy in Ace's pocket. Arvel opting to go for the Kufra just because they got a glimpse of it from Team Ace.
Yeah, and I mean, they already have that Yuzong who can dive into Cold World, so it's not the worst decision to take off that Kufra. You know, if they're not going to ban it, use it against them. Yuzong can get to the back line, can find Cold World when it does drop down that manipulation. They have the Beatrix who can snipe him as well and also play from afar and also up close. The Beatrix is a strong pickup this early in the draft. I think Yuzong and the Beatrix combination is definitely a safe style of drafting when you're not really sure which way you want to go with your team yet. So we got to see what's going to be finalized for the first phase on the side of Team Ace. They can pick up a jungle right now if they want to, and they are going to do that. Uzi is going to lock in this Fredrin. I like this pickup too because Fredrin can either go in the XP lane or he can be slotted in the jungle depending on which way this draft goes for the second phase.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, I want to see what they played. I mean, the taunts by Fredrin are annoying. They're strong. Maybe it is something that can possibly keep the Yuzong at bay. Well, we'll find out, right? We'll see. What is Sky going to pick here? They know the tank's already secured. Maybe. I mean, we have not seen a lot of... I'm having a blank here. It's not... what is...
Joy?
Okay. No, tank-wise.
Lolita?
Crap. Nah, we haven't been seeing a lot of Lolita, but it's the guy that like sets everybody. I can't. I'm having a blank
Minotaur.
here.
Atlas.
Atlas. There you go. Atlas. We haven't seen a lot of Atlas. I don't know why I couldn't think of Atlas's name.
Your dog's name is
having
Atlas.
a blank.
G.
I know. I was blanking. I don't know. I was trying to get it to a point, but I couldn't stall long enough to figure out the name.
Well, I mean, speaking
we
of
haven't
tanks,
seen a lot of Atlases.
Speaking of tanks, Miles did pick up this Grok. We did see him run the Diggy last time, so the Grok may be able to work in his favor. Arvel does have this Kufra. We still haven't seen the jungler shown for the side of Team Ace. Now, there is no suppression on the table. They can pull out a Fanny if they want to. They can pull out anything with high mobility and not really have to worry about the suppression. So I do think the same thing actually goes for the Simpsons as well. I mean, they can still pull out a Fanny if they really want to. Taking out that Joy is a smart decision here, especially when that Kaja and the Franco have been taken off the table.
Come and join me in my dream world.
And you are going to see that Lunox picked up as well, or banned out. So that's going to be the bans finalized for both teams. And now it's time to play game, to play ball, figure out what is going to be the last final picks. I mean, do we see the Assassin picked up? Do we go for something more sustainable in the jungle? Or do we go for something more of a hybrid? I mean, Bane is still available. We've been seeing Bane picked up left and right in multiple games today, but they're going to go ahead and show their mage first. They're waiting last minute, and maybe G can get what he wanted, right? He wanted the Hellcurt. Maybe they'll manifest that into reality.
I I mean, the Helker would be an interesting go here because it would be a great counter to the Yve, right? Yve has to be able to see to make her real world manipulation actually count. So if she can't see, how is she gonna ult correctly? You know, so that'd put Cold World in a situation that is gonna be rough. This Xavier didn't play off really good last time. Not sure how he's gonna play this time, but we see a Hanabi and a Ling.
Oh, in the response
Oh
back.
my god.
That's a Fanny.
Yo. Wow. I ain't got no words. This is gonna be a tough game. This is gonna be a tough game for OSP.
Yeah, I mean, there's no answer for the Fanny, but on the same table, there's not really an answer for the Ling. So I think both assassins can be a problem. It's going to be a race to who can get to that side lane and take out that marksman or XP laner, especially with no suppression on the table. As ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be embarking into our final match for today. This was Group Stage B for Naba, the Invitational. We're seeing 8 teams in North America hand-selected to fight it out in this amazing event prior to the NACT fall season. Right now, we are looking at the Simpsons going head-to-head up against their enemies right now, who are tied with their record. And this is going to be Team Ace. So I wonder which way this is going to go. We're looking at a Fanny up against a Ling in the jungle.
This Fanny is going to be an interesting go here. You know, Ling doesn't have that jungle emblem anymore, so I do feel like this is going to be a little interesting. Now Ling's going to have to be a damage assassin. Fanny does pick up the lethal ignition, so it's gonna be an interesting play as we see the quantum charge also picked up by Melon. So I just don't know how it's gonna play out, but I think it's gonna be definitely a tough time for OSP.
Yeah, and Yuzong King Kong, he did pick up that Brave Smite for his battle emblem as well. You know, he's going head-to-head up against the Fredrin, who does have that Brave Smite in his disposal, but this is going to be a Fredrin up against a Yuzong. Typically, the Fredrin is going to have a little bit of a harder time, just considering Fredrin fights up close, but Yuzong loves that, as he can kind of proc that Shaw Essence, grab up that Shaw Residue, and sustain himself. But he has the Brave Smite, so he does have a little bit of that Spell Vamp at his disposal to keep himself alive.
Yeah, and I mean, sustainability is definitely going to be the name of the game here. As we see, they kind of wanted something there, but they're going to definitely back off. I mean, this coup for Arvel is going to have to constantly stay there with the Hanabi, because it's going to be a rough game, and a rough game for Melon, and a good game for Wolf here. So we'll see who's the first victim of the Fanny cables.
Yeah, and I mean, they should have went into something like a Brody, to be honest with you, because the Hanabi has no survivability. I mean, you're running an Aegis. If Fanny rotates to this Hanabi, you can pretty much consider him dead, and there it goes. Look at that. He does have the Aegis still in effect, though he did use it right there to save himself, but that battle spell is now gone. All Fanny has to do is recall, get some energy, circle back around, and try again. So I'm not really sure that's the wise decision, but the turtle is in play right now. Both of them fighting it out. Melon very low. Kool-Aid as well. Looks like they're both going to go ahead and opt in on the recall, but Kool-Aid's going to go ahead and take some of this farm before he heads back.
I thought they were going to swap to the sniper and try to get a snipe out there. We'll see what possibly goes down, though. The turtle wait and bait is probably going to happen. Cold World give it a little bit of a pressure. We'll kind of see how things fall out here.
And I mean, right now, typically when you see a team run the Fanny, it's okay to let them rush in for this turtle. Focus on getting the gold lane. Take down the Hanabi nice and early. I mean, she has no mobility. She has nothing to be able to get away from the Fanny when you do rush in. So if you can overpressure, put your roamer down there, let your XP lane and your mage focus in on this turtle to distract them. You can trade and take a turret, and I honestly think that's the stronger objective. But fight in the turtle pit is on the way. Possible battle may lead to some casualties, as King Kong is hovering around with the Black Dragon. He's going to drop down, petrify on the Cold World into the turret, though. Is going to find himself in an early grave. Tarzan securing first blood.
Oh my god, Cold World has no HP. Man, oh, the snipe didn't connect. King Kong might be the greatest ape in the world, but it's not enough to take out Cold World. Oh man. Tarzan is able to take the turtle though.
He's gonna claim that and take down Mobile Wolf. A great play for their team. The Simpsons definitely finding some answers. Now shifting focus to the bottom lane. Kool-Aid, who you would think had the advantage over on Melon, is being pressured into this turret. He realizes that his members have fallen and a proxy may be on the way.
That's crazy. I don't think this Fanny's shining enough here. I don't know what's kind of going on. I mean, taking a look at the items, doesn't have the first item just yet. Doesn't even have the most gold right now. As we see, definitely the 800 gold lead versus Jungles right now. OSP leading the way. And then also, I mean, the gold's about equal in the gold lane, so nothing crazy happening there. Hanabi picking up the corrosive scythe and the steel plates. So building very defensive here. Tarzan wants something here. The Windtalker's already picked up, so he's already engaged. Arvel kind of put on a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, you are
I
gonna
don't
see
know
that
if they're gonna be able to make anything.
I will say, Beatrix, she didn't even build boots. I mean, not boots, but no steel leg plates to top that off, especially when an assassin on the table is very risky. I mean, look at how much damage they're dealing. Kind of regretting not having those steel leg plates now, as you are going to see Tarzan get a double. It's going to find Miles and Kool-Aid side by side. Melon is going to claim the turret. Hanabi coming alive. Look at that shield provided by that Aegis. Tarzan swinging around on some vines is going to find Mobile Wolf and shut him down. The jungler for Team Ace, 5-0 lead so far.
This is what we like to see from jungle assassins. Tarzan's just doing insane. King Kong in trouble.
That's right. I mean, we're looking at Tarzan going up against King Kong. I mean, who wouldn't want to watch that, right? I mean, that should be a new movie out. Oh, both of them masters of swinging around and shutting things down. But looking in the mid lane, you're looking at the Simpsons trying to find a way into that turret, but Mobile Wolf gonna rush in with the steel cables, is gonna be able to clear out those minions.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, I thought this Fanny was gonna destroy, but what we're seeing here is that Ling is very viable as Arvel gets in and sets.
Huge set, a potential kill on the way. Arvel is gonna fall though, but they were able to claim a kill, taking down King Kong in that XP lane, which is going to create the opportunity for this Hanabi to be able to take that turret. No contest. I mean, Mobile Wolf has to make the decision. Do I go in for this turtle? Do I go in for the Hanabi? Turret is going to fall. He is going to go in for this turtle. Tarzan trying to deal some damage, but it has been reset.
Mobile Wolf wanted something in there. Cold World hit the TP on him. Hanabi is just kind of having her way throughout the jungle for OSP. Team Ace just kind of lacking here. I mean, the Fanny could possibly start popping off once items are secured, but it is almost a 5k gold lead at this point. I mean, Tarzan's just roaming around the map, swinging from vine to vine, taking over. Oh my god, look at the day. He's just dancing around him and poking him. He has no chance. Cold World in trouble, though.
Yeah, in some serious trouble. You are going to see Sky fall into the hands of Tarzan. Huge knockup, though, with the wild charge. Down goes Tarzan from the high trees. Not going to be able to find Kool-Aid, though. Use it as a means of escape. Now, I will say, with this game so far, I mean, it's looking like it's leaning in the favor for the Simpsons, right? We need to see Team Ace claim something, but Tarzan, godlike, with the Finch poise, is going to take another kill. Kool-Aid already finding 2 deaths 7 minutes in.
Ooh, Uzi.
Very low.
Kinda thick.
Huge knockup, petrified from Yuzong from King Kong. Melon gonna shut him down, already stacking in terms of gold. And it's starting to show this is gonna be a heavy hitting Hanabi here shortly. You are gonna look at this mid lane slowly being pushed in. Tarzan on the chase is gonna find Miles and take him down. I mean, look at Tarzan. He has the crit, he has the Berserker's Fury and the Windtalker for some additional damage on those basic attacks. Just a beautiful game so far.
He's just eating him alive. Mobile Wolf is trying, but just can't capitalize on anybody, and he's back again.
Oh my
Oh my
God. Look at
God.
that Finch poise. Tarzan finds Sky. Down goes Kool-Aid. Both backlines taken down. That is a 2-for-1 combo achieved over there from the Simpsons.
That is, it's just nasty. A Hanabi, a 9-0. Mobile Wolf can't even take out a Yves at this point. Like, taking a look at his items, I mean, he only has one made item right now. 3,800 gold, almost the lowest on his team.
Oh, still doesn't find Cold World. You know, he has the Blade of Heptases, which would have been great in theory if he was able to kind of focus in on that gold lane in the early game, right? If he was able to get down there, shut down Melon, have that additional damage provided by that Blade of Heptases after being out of the fight for 5 seconds and not dealing any damage or taking any. But it doesn't really work when you're in and out, recalling back and trying to get back in the fight as fast as possible. You're not even proccing that Blade of Heptases passive. So, you know, something like the Hunter Strike would have definitely been more of a viable option with this play style so far. But looking at the Simpsons, yet again, taking another objective with no problem against Team Ace right now. 12-1 on the scoreboard.
It is interesting. I mean, ooh, putting on damage, but
Huge play on the way. RWM drops down. Koro finds King Kong. Kool-Aid finds Orville, though. Tarzan is going to shut down Kool-Aid. Simpson Blade dropping down. Melon finding Miles. Full wipeout in favor for the Simpsons. Are going to shut down Team Ace. Make their way into the base. Proxy these minions. Take the inhibitor. 8 seconds until Wolf spawns back in time. He just needs to clear these minions on the top side, and he may be able to hold them off. You are seeing a Lord slowly make his way up the map on the bottom lane.
yeah, and I mean, the Fanny is enough to defend it, and I mean, they made it out a lot with that, right? They propped the passive on both of the left and the mid turret, took the mid turret, so I think they're going to end up taking the left turret. We'll see here. Hanabi's pushing it with the Lord, is going to probably, I mean, unless Team Ace can do something different, this seems like this push might be their final demise.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're ready to try and close this out. We were wondering who would be able to claim victorious on this match, right? Both teams have 1 win and 1 loss so far in Group Stage B. Whoever claims this victory will be able to move up to the upper bracket alongside BTK. You are seeing Mobile Wolf rotating around with the cables, trying to clear the minions. Down goes the Lord. Some good defense so far, but can they force the Simpsons out of their base? Mobile Wolf very low. Is going to regen just in time. Is going to rotate back around. RWM does drop down from Coral, trying to control the base. Crystal Kool-Aid is going to fight Tarzan. 1 member falling for the Simpsons. Do they pull their punches? They only have minions in the mid lane. King Kong with the Black Dragon hovering around. Mobile Wolf taking some damage. Is going to possibly fall. Melon is going to pick up that kill. King Kong is going to fall as well. Melon finds a double. And make that another member falling as Uze is going to find Kool-Aid. A triple from Melon as he does find Miles. Leaving Sky all by himself. The Dawning Light not enough to stop them. And the Simpsons are going to move forward, taking down Team Ace, and will be moving to the upper bracket of the Naba Invitational.
Trying to see if there's a 3-way tie. Look at all of those. Oh, Jesus. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, please come back.
I need to.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is definitely a one-sided story on that game.
Is there a 3-way tie, Faithful?
Yes, bro.
How you gonna handle that?
Can you guys go to the bracket?
I'm on it right now.
Bracket? Yeah, we're watching it.
So, Empire, TOB beat Endables, but BO beat TOB.
You gotta scroll up.
Right here,
There
right?
you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go to the standings so you can see like the win-loss. You see how there's
Oh, okay.
3 of them with no, you had it right there. You were good. It's a 3-way tie on the top bracket. So you see TOB has 2 losses, 1 win. Endables has 2 losses, 1 win, and the BO has 2 losses, 1 win. They beat TOB.
Yeah, that's actually pretty
Whoa.
crazy. The Empire undefeated in Group A, man. I'm wondering what was going on over there, G. I mean, we might have been in the wrong group.
I don't know.
Whoa.
Empire and BTK. Maybe.
Maybe they switched their rosters. I wonder if they have any new players on.
Who's on TOB, Faithful?
Promise, Warrior, Tamaya, and Mellow.
And then who?
Mello? You said Mello?
Yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
Mello play on Mello used to be on what's the name? Fallout, right? Wasn't that Midnight? Melody was Midnight? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought Mello was Midnight though.
I think Mello is I think it's Milo, right?
Oh, Milo? No, that's Indibles. Milo's Indibles, I thought. But I don't know. Milo's been around a lot of teams, so you see him pretty much everywhere. Oh, it is Milo. Oh, I thought he said Mello, like Melody, which would have been.
Yo, what should they do? Should they make a TOB versus BO again?
I mean, yeah.
Then I
Who-
have to go.
What's the bracket look like?
No, you don't have to do. I think. Oh shoot, I'd have to look on Wikipedia, but I'm pretty sure when teams are tied like this, they don't do another game. They look at the stats. Like
Yeah, you can look at,
just
like,
pull the
who-
stats.
Oh,
Who had the most kills or something?
Yeah, like
you know?
most
which team
kills.
had the most kills?
All right, who finished the game the fastest? It was one of those two, but it's in like those. They usually do that
Yeah.
for like international events. Whoever had like the fastest game, you give
Yeah.
them prio.
Yep. So
Best players out as well. I don't know where best player is, man. Oh no, best player was on. He
he's
was
gonna
on.
play tomorrow. He's busy to.
What team is he playing on?
TOB.
He's on the Ohio Brothers.
Hmm.
Okay, so he's their jungler. Okay, that'll be fun to see.
Hmm.
Well,
Her.
so is that it? Faith,
Yeah,
I think so.
that's it.
that's it for
I'm just
today.
I'm gonna announce the brackets later after I figure this out for the playoff.
All right.
Okay,
Sounds good.
Sounds
Just
good.
let me know. All right, we stream tomorrow too, right?
Yeah.
What
We're
time?
gonna start at 6.
6 Eastern.
6.
Yeah.
So is that 5 for you, G?
Yeah. Yep. 5 for me. 5 for me. And then what do we go with? It's gonna be. Is it gonna be like another bracket like this, or are we gonna do like best out of 3s?
Yeah, it's gonna be a BU3 or 4 match, upper bracket and lower bracket.
4 series. So
Yeah.
4 series, all best of 3s.
Yes.
So it's a total of 12 games max.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 12
Long
games
day.
max. Yeah. That'll be fun. Okay, well, there goes the Wheezy and the Ico experience, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in. 2 neighbors just kicking it, relaxing. We had a cat on the stream, we had a dog, and we had some amazing gameplay. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? So,
That was a blast. It was a blast. Thanks, Wheezy, for having me out here and doing a lot of the production and behind the scenes. If you guys haven't checked him out, I did pin him in the title of the stream, so definitely check out his YouTube. He's multi-streaming everywhere, as you can see below. So, yeah, just make sure to hit up my brother here. Yeah.
Yeah, likewise for G. I tagged him in my stream as well. So it's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much for spending your time with us today. We got a sneak peek on these teams for the fall season. I'm excited, man. I
Yeah.
can't wait to see tomorrow. Are we gonna you want to do a dual setup tomorrow?
Yeah, we can do the same thing tomorrow if you're down.
All right, so we'll
If
do.
you got time.
Yeah, I'll be here. So we'll do another dual
Okay.
setup, same Wheezy Ico experience. It'll be fun. So definitely tune in, guys. And we can't wait to see you guys there. But as always, take care of yourself, take care of each other. We're gonna see you guys on the next one. G, I'm gonna shut
See you
yours off.
soon.
So, and then I'll shut mine
All right,
off
man.
after. So
Catch you guys later.
there you go. Yeah, it's definitely been a pleasure, G. Thank you so much for hosting this
Yeah,
alongside.
no problem,
me.
man.
I think we were in for a lot of surprises today. So all right, G, peace out. I'll see you later.
Yeah.